And we are live. How's everybody doing tonight? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and you're watching and/or listening to ABL Live. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. You could be almost anywhere in the whole wide world, but you're right here with me live in the show, and I appreciate y'all for that. We got a whole lot going on all over the internets, social media, mainstream media, everywhere. And where do I begin? There's a whole lot happening. We got to talk about the Dave Chappelle attack. That's front page news. What was that guy thinking? That guy turned, he turned from, I don't know what he was on there as. He was ridiculous, whatever he was, but he turned from that into something else. Totally different. We'll talk about that in a minute. Also, Drew Barrymore getting canceled over what? Over the Johnny Depp Amber Heard situation. Everybody who's been watching it or who has seen some of it thinks that it's pretty ridiculous, and some things that were said and done are pretty crazy, but why is it all of a sudden she has to get attacked for it? We'll talk about that in a minute. Also, Roe V. Wade, are they going to keep it in law? Are they going to remove it? What's going on? We'll talk about that in a minute as well. Also, the White House Correspondents Dinner. What's going on with that? You got Joe Biden up there acting the fool. Trevor Noah said a few things that I appreciated and some things that I didn't. But of course, there's always drama there. We'll talk about that. Also, there's quite a few more things that I got on deck. I got quite a few videos for you guys. I got a lot in store that you have not seen yet on the channel. So we'll talk about all those things and more on tonight's episode of ABL Live. And thank y'all again for being here. You guys are the best audience anywhere on the internet. If you enjoy what you are hearing thus far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all of that good stuff. And where do I begin? Oh, of course, first of all, shout out to all you guys who are watching. I couldn't do it without you. And this is a live podcast. If you want to hear the podcast without the video, just on your favorite audio streaming platform, go to your favorite audio streaming platform, Spotify, Anchor, Stitcher, Apple iTunes, Google Play, etc. The link will be in the description box, or just go to your favorite audio streaming platform and search ABL Live. I should pop right on up. Also, shout out to the sponsors, of course. Shout out to bhedesigns.com. That is BHEDESIGNS.com. They make these beautiful handmade wooden flags that are right behind me. You can get ones just like that or whatever you desire, whatever fits your particular needs. Contact them on their website. Links will be in the description. Also, go to patriotpost.us, the best source of news and information anywhere on the internets. That will be in the box as well. They've been around here in Tennessee 25 plus years. Very well respected guys, knowledgeable guys. Holler at them for all your needs news. And I also got my websites, of course. I got to shout myself out. Shout out to ablmerch.com. That is ablmerch.com. We got hats, we got t-shirts, we got stickers, hoodies, mugs, and more. Links will always be in the description box. Anytime I talk about a website that I got going on, a sponsor or whoever, always check the box and it shall be there. Any questions you have, they shall be answered. ablmerch.com. Check them out. Check me out in the description. Also, go to my regular website, anthonyblogan.com. That is ANTHONY, the letter B, LOGAN.com. For every video that I produce, I write an article for it. So that will be in the description box as well. And it's easy to go to. Just search me. Just search Anthony Brian Logan. You'll be able to find everything. But definitely go to the website. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, we're trying to get to 100,000 followers on Instagram. Right now, we're at about 75, I suppose. We're trying to get to 100,000. So help me get across that landmark over on IG, Instagram.com/Anthony B. Logan, all one word. Also, go to my Twitter page, Twitter.com/Anthony B. Logan, and my Facebook. Facebook sucks, but it is what it is. I'm over there. I don't even know the URL. Just go to the website and you'll be able to see it. So that's that as far as the sponsors and anything that I got to talk about as far as hyperlinks. Now, we got to get into the topics here. We got a whole lot going on. Oh, Dave Chappelle, that's a hot one. That's hot like fire. That's hot as lava. The floor is lava, and the lava is the Dave Chappelle topic, 100%. But before we get to that, let's talk about, I think I'm going to go to the White House Correspondents Dinner. That might be a little bit more, how can I say, apropos, a good opener, because I don't want to get straight to the big story right away. I'll give you guys a little bit to come on in here. And again, if you like what you're hearing thus far, please give the video a thumbs up. As always, I will appreciate y'all. But the White House Correspondents Dinner, now this thing they have every year, and Trump did not go for his entire term. Okay, he didn't go any of the 4 years. And you know what Trump did kind of ties into what I say about the comedians and people that go to comedy shows and get triggered. It's like, look, if you are going to be offended, if you're not going to like it, the easy way to solve it is what? See, y'all say it with me. Don't go to the show. Don't go to the show. Stay home. Don't get triggered. Don't get upset. It's very simple to handle that, right? But people are different. They're not always going to think and believe the same way. So Trump decided, you know what? I don't like the White House Correspondents Dinner. It's like a roast, but it's kind of friendly toward the left. You know, the left gets roasted, but it's kind of like little soft pokes, and it's not really a big deal. But when it comes to the right, it's a little bit different. And I think Trump did go to something. I'm not sure if it was the White House Correspondents Dinner or some other dinner that was like that. It was like a roast. And I think Hillary Clinton was there. Do you guys remember that? Matter of fact, hold on. Because this was hilarious. Matter of fact, oh, okay. So this particular thing was from, hold on. So this was from October 2016. So I think this was before he got actually elected, before he became inaugurated, right? Or before the election, actually. October 2016, that was before the election. So let's get some sound right here, and you'll be able to kind of understand what's going on. And let's put this on the screen right quick. Give me 1 second, and we'll get that rocking and rolling. Okay, so here we are with Trump. And watch the reaction of my man. You guys who've been around here for a long time, or you've been watching political stuff for a long time, you guys remember this. Can you believe it's already been almost 6 years since this moment? It feels like yesterday. Now, who is that behind Trump right there, the lady in the red dress? Is that, is she on Fox News? You guys know who that is. I can't think of her name at this moment. That's not Jeanine Pirro, obviously. She's also Italian, if I'm not mistaken. She has an Italian name. You guys know who that is. All right. But here's Trump roasting Hillary Clinton. And I think this is the video where my man right here kind of fell apart.
Hillary accidentally bumped into me, and she very civilly said, "Pardon me."
Okay, good one.
This is the first time ever, that Hillary is sitting down and speaking to major corporate leaders and not getting paid for it. The media is even more biased this year than ever before.
Thank y'all. Maria Bartiromo, that's her name. I knew I recognized her. I just couldn't put I knew it was an Italian name. I just couldn't put the actual name in my head right quick. So thank y'all. I appreciate that.
Michelle Obama gives a speech, and everyone loves it. It's fantastic. They think she's absolutely great. My wife, Melania, gives the exact same speech.
Great one. Love that one.
And
shout out to Melania Trump, by the way. We all miss Melania Trump. Amen.
People get on her case. I wasn't really sure if Hillary was going to be here tonight, because I guess you didn't send her invitation by email. Or maybe you did, and she just found out about it through the wonder of WikiLeaks. Hillary believes that it's vital to deceive the people by having one public policy.
They're getting mad. See what I'm saying? It's like, look, it's a roast, right? Don't boo me. If you're not going to boo Trevor Noah and Joe Biden, don't boo me. You see what I'm saying?
And a totally different policy in private. For example, here she is tonight in public, pretending not to hate Catholics.
It's amazing.
So, I mean, this video didn't show my man with the faces, but you get the idea I'm trying to actually get across here, right? You get the picture. You know, it's like, why are you booing me? I'm right. That's the Hannibal Buress meme. Why are you booing me? I'm right. So this is why he didn't go to the White House Correspondents Dinner any of the 4 years he was the president. And because he knows the crowd, you can say whatever you want if you are on the left. You can say whatever, it's fine. But if you're on the right and you kind of go a little bit too far, oh, no. That right there, that's just way too much. That's a bridge too far. So Trevor Noah was the host of the White House Correspondents Dinner. And I'm not really sure how they do this. Do they pick a celebrity comedian or somebody like that to host it all the time? Or is it just like a random person within politics or on the Capitol Hill? I'm not really sure. Yeah, I can't really call it. But I'm gonna go ahead and and stuff like what Trevor Noah did at the White House Correspondents Dinner. This is the kind of stuff they go in there and preach. They try to make it be like, oh, it's a roast and it's all in fun, but they go in there and preach their particular ideology. And if you have the wrong ideology, then you're not necessarily welcomed. If you have a funny joke, maybe they'll snicker at it potentially, but for the most part, they don't really want to say too much.
Every single one of you, whether you like it or not, is a bastion of democracy.
Now, what he's talking about is the media. You guys are a bastion of democracy. That's what he's trying to say. He's trying to rally up the mainstream media. That's his whole angle, all right? That's the whole thing. But if you say something to the contrary, then you get booed.
And if you ever begin to doubt your responsibilities, if you ever begin to doubt how meaningful it is, look no further than what's happening in Ukraine. Look at what's happening there. Journalists are risking...
Everybody's so serious, like, yeah, you're right.
And even losing their lives to show the world what's really happening. You realize how amazing it is. Like, in America, you have the right to seek the truth and speak the truth, even if it makes people in power uncomfortable, even if it makes your viewers or your readers uncomfortable. You understand how amazing that is? I stood here tonight and I made fun of the President of the United States, and I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine, right?
So that part right there, some of this I agree with. He was like, I'm not going to get into any trouble, but you got to toe the company line. So that's the whole thing with the White House Correspondents Dinner. Personally, I've never really sat on my television. I've never really sat on my couch and decided to flip through the channels and say, you know what? I'm going to watch the White House Correspondents Dinner. Really, I don't have time for that anyway, like that much. I have time occasionally, but when I do have time, what I don't want to do is watch things like the White House Correspondents Dinner. But I watch some of the clips for you guys, so I'm able to tell you what's going on. So you don't got to know. All you have to know is a summary, and it can save you an hour of your life that you can't get back. You can take about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, watch my video, and go about your day. So yeah, that's that. White House Correspondents Dinner. I don't got a lot to say about that. RW says that is a brainwashing symposium. That makes sense. That's right on it. A brainwashing symposium. I agree with that. I 100% agree. So we're going to get into Roe v. Wade. We're going to get into all that stuff in a moment. Oh, and the big story. Dave Chappelle. Oh my goodness. I told you guys about the Will Smith effect. That's in full effect. But first, let's talk about Drew Barrymore. Now, you guys have been watching the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. I've seen some of the clips from that, and it's crazy. I mean, these Hollywood people, they go through some stuff, don't they? I mean, good grief. You got this man talking about she doo-doo on my side of the bed, it's mutual combat, and just 2 years of a marriage. It's like, sir, how'd you get married and you got all this violence and chaos going on? Like, I don't really understand. I don't get it, but hey, it is what it is. I guess Amber Heard had been around in Hollywood. Amber Heard also dated Elon Musk, by the way. Did you guys know that? So after Amber Heard and Johnny Depp had split, she dated Elon Musk. And Elon helped her donate to the ACLU. Now, I'm not saying that to try to attack Elon Musk. Please don't misunderstand me. I'm just saying that's just the reality of what happened. I'm not a fan of Elon Musk and all his political points of view necessarily, but I'm a fan of what he's doing with Twitter. See, I can agree with somebody on some things if they do the right thing, just like a guy like Bill Maher. Bill Maher is a liberal, period. But sometimes he says things that's right. And if he was to back a certain thing that he's talking about that I agree with, I will support him regardless of whether he's a liberal or not, because I support that same thing. I can't just say that I don't support it because of his political affiliation. That's just really not how that goes, all right? That's really not how it goes. Miss Adams says they deserved each other. I pretty much I can believe that. But you know, one thing that so Drew Barrymore was on Anthony Anderson's show, and it's funny how she was on the show talking about what's going on. So was Anthony Anderson, but it's only Drew Barrymore who got canceled. I guess Anthony Anderson is just like, oh well, it ain't me. You got that black privilege. But Drew Barrymore's fans, I think they're the ones who kind of held her to task. It wasn't a thing about the media or anybody trying to attack Drew Barrymore over what she said. I think it was more about people that are on her social media pages. They were the ones who attacked her. So maybe Drew Barrymore and Anthony Anderson have different social media following. I'm pretty sure they do. I mean, how many 90s movies was Anthony Anderson in? Do you remember him being alongside Drew Barrymore in some of her movies? What was she in? What's Eating Gilbert Grape? I'm not sure what she was in. Y'all got to pardon my ignorance. But Drew Barrymore, I know her name. And if you were to show me a movie with her in it, I'd be like, oh, yeah. But I'm not the kind of person that's like, I have a Rolodex in my memory of Drew Barrymore movies. I'm not that kind of person. To me, she's not like Tom Hanks, where I know Forrest Gump and stuff like that. You know, what was that? Not Good Will Hunting. The movie where he was lost. And, of course, Captain Phillips, stuff like that, you know. But Drew Barrymore, not so much. But anyway, I digress. So she was on Anthony Anderson's show talking about it. And I'm going to find that video right quick in case you haven't seen it. And I'm going to show you exactly what she was saying. And we're going to talk about why that got her canceled. But really, before I even get to it, it wasn't that much. It wasn't that bad. It was pretty simple stuff. It's like things that everybody thinks. We all think the whole situation is crazy. And if anybody says otherwise, they are probably not telling the truth. Okay, so you guys are naming the movies that she was in. The little girl from E.T. I do remember E.T., but if you were to ask me, hey, who was a star casted at? I got to go way back to my little boy brain when I was 5 years old and remember the people's name. I have no idea. I don't know, because I probably watched E.T. when it came out. Like when it was new, I probably watched it. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me see when E.T. came out. E.T. movie release date, 1982. Well, I wasn't born yet, so I watched it probably on a VHS tape at my grandma's house or something when I was a little boy. But beyond that, I've not been at my house and said, you know what? I'm going to dust off that VHS player and pop in E.T. and see Drew Barrymore's star performance. But hold on right quick. I'm about to find it. And thank y'all again for being here. Definitely appreciate you guys. If you like what you're hearing thus far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. Shout out to my main man, Myth Informed Milwaukee, Myth Informed MKE, for coming through with the video clips. I'll put those on the screen right quick for you guys. So we got both right here. We have the apology and the comments he made on Anthony Anderson's show and the apology later. I tell you what, people in Hollywood, they know how to act. They know how to put on the front when it benefits them. And some are better actors than others. And you understand what I'm saying when you watch this clip.
I can't handle the Johnny Depp Amber Heard. I am on the feeder. It's like one layer of crazy. It's a 7-layer dip of insanity.
It's truly amazing just to sit back and read the transcripts of what they've done to each other.
The way Anthony Anderson is talking, I feel like that's not the way he talks normally. Look at what they've done to each other. That's not the way he talks normally. I'm not trying to poke fun at the way he talks. I'm saying that's the Hollywood stuff. That's acting to try and relate to what Drew Barrymore is saying. Because he's on this daytime talk show, it appears, and you got the soccer mom audience watching. You got to come with that type of energy. You can't come with that Law and Order, Agent X, Y, and Z. I'm ready to bust your head. You can't come with that energy on a daytime talk show. You're going to scare the soccer moms back to the minivans. That's not a good look. That's not the wave at all. Let's keep on going.
Every night I get in bed and I'm like,
Dude's like, this needs to be on TV. He lost the fingertip. He drew his name in blood on the wall.
how about the burnt body and why a Honda Civic?
Yeah.
What did the Honda Civic? What? You know, the next day at Honda, they all came into the office and they were like, why did he pick us? Like, why? What?
It's fascinating.
It's so fascinating. I know that these are two people's real lives, and I know what it's like to have your life put out in public. I understand all the feelings, but they are actually offering up this information.
So basically, she's like making light of it, saying, oh, this is crazy. I can't get it. It's captivating, all this, that, and the third. And she's talking about it in a kind of jovial, kind of excited way, right? But we all know if this was, see, the way it's framed is that Amber Heard is the villain. Although it appears to be mutual combat, the way it's framed is that Amber Heard is the wrong one. Now, I'm not here to make a judgment on that because I've not really been watching it intently, and I'm not the judge. So I don't really have a say on that, but it looks like Amber Heard is a nut. I'm not going to sit here and say Johnny Depp is the picture of mental health either. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Captain Jack Sparrow has all the trees in the forest that he's supposed to have, right? But what I will say is that it appears to be like Amber Heard is the villain. So it's okay to make fun of it. But if Johnny Depp were the villain, a la Ike Turner, Eat the Cake anime, or some other kind of male abusive figure, then it wouldn't be all no fun and games. It'd be like, hey, man, you need to go to the penitentiary, big rocks, little rocks. That's just what it is. And the same people that make all these jokes and laugh on the left about what's going on with Amber Heard, again, if it was Johnny Depp, they wouldn't be saying that. They'd be talking about, oh, we got to protect all women, all this Me Too. It seems like it's really hypocritical. And the funniest part is that they also can't define what a woman is. They asked Ketanji Brown Jackson, the Supreme Court Justice nominee, hey, what is a woman? Can you define a woman? Oh, man, I'm not a biologist. I don't know that. But then when it comes to other things, they all of a sudden know what a woman is. It's like, well, if you know what a woman is and you know what a woman is, let's not play no games. But here is Drew Barrymore, the star of the hit Hollywood film E.T., apologizing for what she said on Anthony Anderson's show.
Hi, it has come to my attention that I have offended people with making light of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. And for that, I just want to deeply apologize and appreciate everyone who spoke out, because this can be a teachable moment for me and how I move forward and how I conduct myself. I can be a more thoughtful and better person moving forward, because all I want to do is be a good person. And I very much appreciate the depth of this, and I will grow and change from it. And I thank everyone for helping me grow along the way and teaching me. Thank you. Hi.
A whole different demeanor. She appears like a whole different person from like right here. You know, hold on. No glasses on, real glammed up. Hair's different. You got curls in it. It's like a whole different, it's like she went into a different character. Like right here, she's Drew Barrymore, fun, outgoing. I'm on the Anthony Anderson show. I'm talking to the crowd. It's lit. It's up. You got on the flowery top, the nice hoop earrings or whatever. That's Drew Barrymore. But right here, this is like, I don't know. What is her actual name? Her first name? Andrew? No, that ain't Andrew. Whatever her first name is, Blandrew, Barrymore, Smith. Like it's a different person. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the Hollywood stuff. So anytime you see anything in Hollywood, I understand why people think that it's fake. Just like the whole Will Smith kerfuffle. I understand why people think it's fake. Now we know as a result of all of what happened, you know, their moms that came out on TV and said something about it. You've never in your life seen Will Smith's actual mom. You barely saw the mom on The Fresh Prince. You would see her once every 2 years on the show. You never seen his actual mom ever. You heard about his dad in real life, but never his mom. They brought his mom out and his sister. Never seen them before in 50 years of his existence on television, but now you do. And they brought out Chris Rock's mom. So if they're doing stuff like that and canceling movie deals, you know it's legitimate. But I understand why people think right away that it's not legitimate, because we see so much fake stuff coming from Hollywood all the time. That's what they do, is create fake narratives. And it's to the point where Hollywood has bled over into the political world, and they've become married. They do fake things with each other, right? So it is what it is. Her name is actually Drew. What type of name? I mean, I don't know. I've seen some interesting names. Okay, my name, I've been joked for having 3 first names, a white boy name. They didn't care, but my name actually comes from prior family members. My dad's middle name, my dad's last name. My dad was Jeffrey Brian Logan. I'm Anthony Brian Logan, and Anthony came from his grandfather, my great grandfather, one of his middle names. So it just kind of made sense. But some of these names, man, good night. I mean, Elon Musk is the chief person naming his kids ridiculous things. You cannot pronounce that. Can anybody, gun to your head right now, can you pronounce Elon Musk's, I think his son that he had with Grimes? Can you pronounce that? Matter of fact, can you spell it out? Can you, if I gave you a sheet of paper and just wrote it, and it told you to write the name down, could you do it? I don't think so. Not at all. So these names are getting ridiculous, man. Whatever happened to Sam and Tina and Judy and Bertha even? You know what I mean? Some of them old 1936 names. But anyway, let's move on to the next thing. So shout out to Drew Barrymore and shout out to Anthony Anderson. It's funny how she got attacked for that, but Anthony Anderson didn't. But again, I think it was more about her fan base that did that rather than anything else. So we got quite a few things to get to. Okay, let's talk about Roe v. Wade. Now, Roe v. Wade, it's interesting seeing this covered on in the media, right? Because they're being very dishonest. And my thing is, whatever you feel about Roe v. Wade, how you feel about abortion, let's just be honest and say what's really going on. Let's not put out fake narratives. You see, the mainstream media will say that since Roe v. Wade may, and I'm going to talk about how it got leaked in a minute. I don't know how it got leaked, but it shouldn't have been leaked. But let's talk about Roe v. Wade possibly being, I guess you would say, rescinded or repealed, whatever the proper word is. It won't be on the books anymore. They're saying when that happens, they're going to outlaw abortion from the federal level. That's what they're alluding to, without saying it directly. They'll hint towards it. They'll say abortion rights are under assault, stuff like that, to make you think that if they remove Roe v. Wade, if they overturn, that's the proper word, if they overturn Roe v. Wade, then abortion would be illegal. So people in California and Los Angeles, of all places, they're protesting. Why? Why protesting out there? Your laws ain't going to change. If anything, they're probably going to make the laws even more in favor of abortion. Because if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But the way it's going to be is each state will decide what happens with abortion. So California, if they want to have abortion and just free whenever, all right, you can go to California, Colorado, wherever it is, whatever state wants to have it, you could do it there. And it's weird because a lot of these leftists are protesting Roe v. Wade potentially being overturned. And they're protesting in leftist states that have laws that won't actually change. And they talk about how bad the places are that have these laws that will change are. So you talk bad about Texas and Florida, etc. Oh, that's MAGA country. They're rednecks. They're racist. All this, that, and the third. Well, all right. If that's the case, why are you worried about it? Have all your people that want to feel the same as you politically and whatever kind of way it is, have them come stay with you in California. Have them come stay with you in California. Right? How about out of Californians who are on the left, how about you guys stay over there? It's beautiful weather, usually year round. It might be a wildfire or a drought or, an earthquake. That's fine. But hey, man, you could be in Los Angeles. If you make a lot of money, if you're a millionaire, you could live in the hills. You could be having that beautiful sun all the time. You could have a putting green on your lawn in the backyard. You could do whatever you want. Now, if you don't make $1 million a year and you kind of struggling to make ends meet, well, hey, man, just don't start smoking crack. Don't go to Skid Row and become a crack smoker and you'll be just fine. All right. But anyway, I digress. The whole point is, if you want to have California, if they want to have the very leftist liberal policies, then have that. And y'all stay there. Don't come to Tennessee no more, driving our prices up. True story. My house, I purchased it 2020 for between $350 and $400. This same house, like a similar house, like a comp, basically, is going for 550. Just 2 years later. Why? Inflation, Californians. Not only Californians are coming. I talked to a guy that does a car service, and he said that every day he's taking Californians from the airport to everywhere in Chattanooga, Knoxville, Nashville. Every day they're coming by the train load, coming out here trying to get property, buying it up. People are saying that BlackRock are taking too much property out in the country. But how about people that just regular Californians with cash? They go into Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, Texas, North Carolina, even Virginia, everywhere. It's like a plague spreading. Not you guys that are good Californians, that are good people. Not you guys. You guys, hey man, come on over. But don't even be on the fence with your politics. Don't even do that. Because if you want to be on the fence, go to where they got fences that you can ride. Go to California and stay over there. Stay over there, don't come over here. Oh, and the taxes are crucial. Oh, my goodness. In California, oh, man, what's the state income tax like? Oh, and New Yorkers are the worst. Shout out to all the good New Yorkers. You know, shout out to all you guys. You know, Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, Staten, Harlem, Manhattan. But anyway, shout out to everybody, all the boroughs. What I say, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten, Manhattan, Harlem. Shout out to everybody. But the people that come down with the liberal attitude, rude, with bed bugs and all that kind of stuff, stay over there, man. I don't got no time for that. I'm not trying to have not near bed bug bite me in a hotel because y'all done brought them down here with you from your bando in New York City with that attitude. Get yourself fumigated before you come down here. Get fumigated first. How about that? To all the bad New Yorkers, not the good guys. The good guys, you guys are perfectly clean. You guys are sparkling and glistening. You come down here like a brand new baby, just clean as can be. Not you guys, the bad ones. The bad New Yorkers, the bad Chicagoans, the bad Michiganders, the bad Californians are coming out here. The bad Denverites, they coming out here to the Sun Belt, to the Sun Belt and to just the East in general and to the South. Right? But yeah, that's kind of what's going on. But my point, I kind of went down a rabbit hole. My point was, if you like the liberal policy, stay where liberal policies are at. To stay over there and have that be what you do. Right? Oh yeah, shout out to Californians that want to separate away from, I see you, Kayas, talking about the Republic of Jefferson. Yeah, so that is a piece of California that wants to break away and become a sovereign state. And that's up there northern. That's like north of Reading, right? In between Reading and Oregon, that area. So the extreme northern part of California, which is nowhere near the same as Southern California or Sacramento or even the Bay Area, is much different. And California is too big. That's one thing about it. If you look at the size of California, like the real estate that it has, if you look at California, it's way too big. Because on the East Coast, there are multiple states in the same footprint as California takes up on the West Coast. Like, think about it. Okay, you got Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, DC, Jersey, Philadelphia, not Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, New York. All of that is like Massachusetts, Rhode Island. That's like the size of California, all those different states. Shout out to you, David VH, good New Yorker in the house. Shout out to all the good New Yorkers. Shout out to all you guys. Borea44 says, and some of the New Yorkers aren't actually from New York. Yeah, I know about people from New Jersey and Connecticut and all that, the whole tri-state area, right? So yeah, my man Boomhauer says, best thing in California is Jericho Green and Mixed Girl POV. Yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to my good people over there, right? Shout out to Jericho and Mixed Girl POV, 100%. Alaska, hey man, people don't want to go to Alaska because it's too cold for the most part. And they don't want to go, it's too cold, ain't nothing to do. Or if you're not into the outdoor stuff, and then the way that the sun is, and it's just, they don't want to go to Alaska. They want to stay in nice, beautiful weather. And that's pretty much what it is. Or go somewhere where they can make a lot of money and then come back. Right. Okay. So did I get to one I wanted to get to on that one? Oh, let's go back to Roe v. Wade drama because I got way off track. So Roe v. Wade does not mean that abortion will be outlawed. All that it means is that it'll go back to the states. So I don't see what the problem is. And whoever leaked that, because understand this, it was allegedly a decision or some kind of briefing or something that may allude to a decision written up by Samuel Alito. That's the allegation. I'm not sure if that has been confirmed. I think they said that the document that leaked is legitimate, but I don't know anything beyond that. I'm not sure if it was a decision, an opinion, or what. But regardless of what, the sentiment is that they're going to repeal Roe v. Wade. They're going to overturn it. Pardon me. Somebody leaked that to the media. Now, there's all kind of allegations, and I can't say who did it because I don't have that evidence. But Politico reported it, and there is a guy that has a close connection to Politico already, who also has a close connection to the Supreme Court. He's like a Supreme Court insider. So that guy is a potential suspect. I'll put it to you that way. But I can't say that he did it himself. I cannot say that. But it's probably what happened. We know what's going on with the media. And I've said it before, how the media have a unholy alliance with the political establishment. They're one and the same at this point. The media, political establishment is no difference. Just like, I think when I really first realized it, it's been going on for a while, but maybe a light bulb moment for me was the whole James Comey thing. Remember when he leaked something to a friend of his so he could put it out? So when they say, hey man, you put it out. No, I didn't. I gave it to my man and he put it out. But the intention was to have it come out from you, just not directly. You see what I'm saying? That kind of thing goes on all the time. It's inappropriate. It should be illegal. You should go to the penitentiary, big rocks, little rocks, but they don't, because it's accepted as normal. It's not really a big deal, right? It's just like whatever. But you should get locked up for that. 100%. Hold on. 666 King Drummer says this quote unquote leak was apparently known about in February. How interesting that they wait now until 6 months until midterms. The timing is very interesting. Also, one thing about it, the timing was just before primaries across the country. We just had J.D. Vance in Ohio win. We had primaries here in Hamilton County, Tennessee, Chattanooga. We just had primaries. So I'm talking about a day or two before the primaries comes out, this happens to turn people off from Republicans if that was going to work. That's the whole thing that's going on, right? So the timing was most certainly intentional to try and turn people off, turn them away from the right. That's really pretty much it in a nutshell, right? So, yeah, we know what's going on. It wasn't just on accident. Ain't no accidents anymore in politics. Everything, if that happens, it's done for a particular reason. And we knew it would happen. We knew midterms are coming up. I told y'all, it's like, look, when midterms come around, oh, it's going to be nuts. It's going to be totally nuts. That's just what it's going to be. So don't even be surprised if you see some crazy things during the midterms and before the midterms, like but before the actual election day. From now up until the election day, you're going to see crazy things. And after the election as well, you see crazy things. Okay. F Ranger Xbox says, you misgendered the leaker. Hey, you know what? Everybody got a trillion genders nowadays. I feel like you should be able to put, I don't know, man, we got to go back to just basic male and female, because now everybody got, not everybody, but some people that just want to be weird and get some attention. They got 1,000,001,001 genders, like 1,001 Dalmatians. How many genders are there? And how am I going to know all of them? What, I got to learn them like Mandarin characters? How am I going to learn that? I'm almost 40 years old, which means like learn a whole new language of genders, and they're going to keep inventing them every day. What am I to do? It's ridiculous. But I digress. So the whole thing is that it's going to get crazy come midterm time, and you got to be ready for it. Be ready for false stories, false allegations. Just be ready for a lot of censorship. I'm glad Elon Musk did what he did, because regardless of what is going on with him and some of the weird things he has going on, regardless of that, buying Twitter and trying to get some freedom going on the platform is essential. It's essential because without that, then that's just one more platform that is like the wild, wild west as far as what the moderators can do from the company itself. They can just remove stuff. They'll ban you for posting certain things. They'll shadow ban you to do all kind of stuff to censor you. And some are going to say, well, let's abandon Twitter and go to some of the other platforms. But the problem is that's not where the masses of people are. If you have the town square and you're able to put things out on the town square and have everybody see it, that's much different than kind of a walled garden or an echo chamber where it's just those who agree with you already that are going to see it. Okay. And that's fine. That's cool. But that's not the best way to get our information. It's just like if you're trying to run a campaign, right? If you're trying to run a campaign and you're running ads, now you're going to run ads on the places with the most eyes, like Super Bowl, right? If you can get a Super Bowl ad, that's going to be the biggest piece that you can do. That's going to be your biggest hit as far as business. If you got a good ad, Super Bowl is visible during the game, you're gonna do very well business wise. It'll cost you, but you do very well. It's the same thing with social media platforms. People run ads, they promote themselves on the biggest platforms, reach the most people. So you got to have that. If you don't have it, you're going to have problems. It's very simple. Ivana Spencer says, ABL needs to learn everyone's pronouns in the chat for safety. I'm not going to be able to do it. I can't get her done. No way, Jose. Shout out to the Olsen twins. But anyway, so I talked about that, Roe v. Wade. But ultimately, I think that having Roe v. Wade be a states' rights issue makes the most sense. If you want to live in a super leftist state where you could pretty much have abortion up to the point of birth, I don't agree with that, but that'd be a compromise. If I could be a king and just rule by fiat, I would say no abortion, period, but that's not being realistic. If I could be a king, I'd do a lot of stuff. I would say, hey, man, if you get caught stealing, mandatory gulag, big rocks, little rocks, ASAP. ASAP, you get caught stealing the candy bar, you go into the gulag, okay? Because if you were hungry, you would still a sandwich with some nutrition. You would still something that got some of your macros that was going to help you, not these empty carbohydrates. You understand? So if you're still in the candy bar, you're going straight to the gulag. We don't got time for no people that's 1,000 pounds. You understand? But that's not being realistic. So I got to be more diplomatic and make sure everybody's accommodated. And I got to be sensitive to people's feelings and how they operate. So I'm not going to go about it that way. Let's compromise. But again, if I could say, no abortion, but I can't do that, especially since abortion had been legal for, you can't just go from one extreme to the other, in my opinion. But maybe one day we'll be able to get to a place where we understand what's really going on and handle it a little bit differently. I will say that I am in support of the Plan B pill if it's not abortifacient. And you guys, if I'm wrong, doctors, nurses, please let me know. But Plan B is not abortifacient, means that it does not cause abortion. What the Plan B does, from my knowledge, is that it prevents conception. So if there is a sexual assault or something like that, what'll happen is, I think I heard many years ago, Ben Carson say this, an actual doctor. So I'm not getting it just from me, but maybe I'm mishearing what he said. Maybe I'm misremembering it. But what he said was, if there's a sexual assault, it's like getting shot or being seriously injured, car accident. Go to the hospital and get treated. And part of that could be the Plan B pill to prevent conception. So that's not abortifacient, meaning it doesn't cause abortion because there's no actual conception to abort. But again, if I'm wrong, y'all please let me know, right? And that's kind of where I'm at. Now, some are going to be even more strict than me and say no Plan B. And I understand that part, but I think that makes sense rather than saying, okay, the baby is in the womb kicking. All right, let's go ahead and abort it. I think not. That's a baby that you're doing that to, right? Now, one thing I heard is that Plan B, there's a certain weight limit to that, like 155 pounds. Again, if you're still in the candy bar, you get all these empty carbohydrates, you go into the gulag. You can't be, you know what I mean? It is what it is, but I digress. So yeah, shout out to Ben Carson. Shout out to everybody. Yeah, I don't even want to get into, you're right, Guitar Dude. Abortion systematically racist. I don't even want to get into all the stuff with Planned Parenthood and the minority communities, and 50% of the black community does not even exist because of abortion. I don't want to get into all that. That's a whole different story. I'll be here all night talking about that particular part. Okay. Hey, David Hughes, you're correct. Plan A, don't start nothing, won't be nothing. You are correct, sir. That'd be the best way to go about it. But again, if there's like some kind of assault that happens where there was no choice, then okay, let's go plan B. But for most people, when you're talking about abortion, it's elective because it's inconvenient. You know what I mean? That's typically what happens. So yeah, shout out to all those creatures out there protesting in states where it won't even change. You'd still be able to do whatever you want. They're out there with plastic coat hangers. It's like, lady, stop, please. You know, the frumpiness meter is on 10. You understand? The frumpiness meter is on 10. Just go back to the crib and, you know, go to bed. But anyway, let's keep on rocking and rolling. And if you enjoy what you're hearing thus far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. So, Dave Chappelle, have you guys seen the attack? Now, I don't think there is clear video of it. It was funny. I posted the video because I was up late last night and I just happened to check my phone and it's blowing up because the attack happened. And I'm looking at this like I saw it on one page. I'm like, what? Somebody attacked Dave Chappelle? Huh? What's going on here? So some moron got on stage at the Hollywood Bowl in Los Angeles while Dave was performing the show. He was wrapping it up. I think Jamie Foxx was there. Chris Rock was there. Backstage, I think Chris Rock had just performed. This is for the Netflix Is a Joke comedy tour. So I presume if it's Netflix, they're filming it. It's like a special, right? And I also presume that if it's Netflix, you can't have your cell phone in there. So they probably were checking your cell phone. That's probably why there was not really good footage of it, because they were checking the cell phones. I'm not sure how some guys got their cell phones in there. They're putting it where the sun don't shine. I'm not really sure what's happening, but they were able to get some footage, but not very good footage because, again, can't have no cell phone in there. You're going to get kicked out. You're going to get banned. It's going to be a problem, right? It's going to be an issue. But anyway, so the guy gets on stage, and I told y'all, if you guys been watching me for a while, I told y'all this would happen because of the Will Smith effect. I told you guys. I was like, look, if Will Smith gets on stage and does that because he's angry, he's butthurt, he's triggered, upset, whatever you want to say, and people defend him for it, what's going to happen is some lunatic is going to have that same idea. You know what I want to do? I want to get on stage and attack the comedian too because I feel like he needs to get attacked. I feel like he said something he shouldn't have said about the LGBTQ, LMNOP, XYZ community. You see what I'm saying? And I'm going to get to that because this could be that. I'm not exactly sure if it is, but it most certainly could be that. Let me go ahead and find. Okay. Shout out to my man, Andy No, always coming through with the clips. So here is the attack. And again, if you guys are asking for the full video, I mean, I don't have a contact over at Netflix. I can't really help you on that one, big dog. So, you know, that's not really a ministry to get that particular video. If I was to play like some video Netflix recorded, they would ban me into oblivion, or Bolivian, as my man Iron Mike Tyson would say. So here's the original clip, and it does not get any better than this. It's as good as it gets right here. So here's the original clip. History. So the guy did some kind of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Not Stone Cold Steve Austin, pardon me. Remember Goldberg back in the day on WCW, where he'd be like in the 3-point stance, and some unsuspecting guy would turn around and he'd explode on him. This guy tried that, but unfortunately for him, he caught them beats by Dre, beats by the pound. Okay, I mean, you're talking about 48 beats per minute, 195 beats per minute. That's what he caught right there on stage after doing this. History. So the guy attacks Dave Chappelle, and this happens. Now he's on the stretcher. Pretty good. Now, somebody told me, hey man, he's on the gurney and he's trying to sit up. That's why his arm is bent up. But how does your arm go that way? It looks like his arm is on backwards. He looks like an action figure that's been disassembled by some little boy, right? And when I was a little kid, take the arms off and put them on the other side. Mr. Potato Head, you got that going on. Your elbow is, look, if I move my elbow, I can't turn it that way naturally. It does not turn that way. That shoulder is no more good. That shoulder is off the bone. That shoulder is a slab of ribs that it fell straight from the bone. That's going to hurt real bad when you have to go get surgery for that. Oh, sir, you're going to be on narcotics to recover from that. They're going to put you on fentanyl for that one, sir. You got them beats by Dre. It is what it is, man. It's your fault. You going to rush on stage and attack Dave Chappelle? Where's your brain at, my man? Yo, your arm is going the wrong direction. You can't, that's not a natural thing. Like, try doing what he's doing right there. Just try it. Matter of fact, hold on. Here's another image. Try doing that like right now. Just try it. That's his right arm. So try making your right arm do that right now. When your elbow is facing 90-degree angle at the camera. Can you do it? Sir, your shoulder is no more good. No more good. You're looking like Hakeem Rahman when he got beat by Lennox Lewis and he had that real big swelling on his forehead. That's how you look right now. Oh, man. Hopefully this would be a lesson to anybody. Do not rush on stage and attack no comedian. And I said it. It was like, look, man. Oh, and pause. Somebody might say, hey, man, they went too far. They beat him up. They tore his shoulder off. They beat his plaits out his head. They beat his nail polish off. Okay. Some may say they went too far, but this guy was armed with a gun. Now, the gun was a quote-unquote replica gun, and it had a knife that can eject inside of the gun. I don't know how you got the gun inside the security. Security was tight. But again, some guys had cell phones. I don't know how they got him in there. But this guy was armed with a gun. He had a gun on stage and attacked Dave Chappelle. So you do something like that. Yes, it is fingernail polish. And that goes to my next point. This guy might be a they, them. I don't know what's going on. But he might have been offended at some of the LGBTQ stuff. You see what I'm saying? He might have been offended by that and got on stage to retaliate. The guy's from LA, 23 years old. I don't know his exact name. You guys know what it is in the chat. But yeah, he most certainly got disarmed. Shout out to you, KHXML, for sure. Hold on, let me make sure I got the right window up here. So, all right, here we go. This is from Andy No. And the caption he wrote says, last night, suspect Isaiah Lee sprinted on stage to try and tackle comedian Dave Chappelle at a show in Los Angeles. He was arrested on suspicion of assault. Chappelle has angered the left for his jokes about transgender radicalism. Some noise. All right, sorry for the loud noises, RP headphone users.
Hip-hop history.
So right there is when the assault happened. You guys can't really see it, obviously. We're not dealing with the best angle. Again, I do not have a contact over at Netflix to get the proper angle. So this is as good as it's going to get. It is what it is. Sorry.
History.
And they're going to show that part again. So now it's a ruckus happening, and the guy's getting his he's getting beat like he ran away from the plantation. Straight up.
Shut up.
Stomping him.
I am going to kill that nigger.
Dave, I wasn't ready. Dave, I was not ready. Sir. Oh, Dave, I need a warning, man. I need a trigger warning. I wasn't ready. I promise I was not ready. Oh my goodness. Yo. Oh man. Okay, that wasn't the clip I wanted, but I've not heard that one. Oh my gosh. Dave, you're nuts. Man, okay. Let me find the clip where they're talking about what happened. Give me 1 second, please. And we're going to find that. Man, Dave, I was not ready. What in the world? That caught me off guard. Because I done heard so many different clips. I've not heard that one. Oh, man. Okay, hold on. Wait. Okay, here we go. Let me get it together. Let me get it together. All right, we woosah. Oh, man. Dave, you the GOAT, man. Dave, if you're listening to me, man, you the GOAT. I promise. Oh my goodness. All right, hold on. So right here, they're beating them up. Oh man.
It was a trans man.
Oh wait, hold on. Okay, I'm discombobulated. I'm over here. My glasses fogging up. It's crazy, man. Hold on. Let me go back to this so you can see a little bit more context. Yo, all right, I got my water. So you see, they got the whole crowd they stomping them.
It was a trans man.
Was that Will Smith?
Yes, it was Chris Rock. Yes, he did say, was that Will Smith? Because Chris Rock was there. Oh, man, I would pay any money in the world, all the tea in China, to be there that night. Oh, my goodness. Man, any amount of money. First of all, Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, Jamie Foxx, all these guys. Yo, I know I said Netflix sucks. I know I said Netflix is terrible, but I'm watching that, period. I don't care. By some way, form or fashion, I'm watching that. By hook or by crook, I'm watching that. I am. And they better have all that in there. Don't cut out nothing. Keep the beat down in, keep everything in there. I want that. Point blank, period. Whatever kind of money it is, man. If I got to sell some kidneys, I'm getting it. But anyway, hold on. So, yes, it is Chris Rock, and listen to what he says.
Was that Will Smith?
Was that Will Smith? And Dave is laughing. That is comedy. I love comedy so much. These guys are like freedom fighters for comedy. Freedom fighters. I like what Dave Chappelle, now what Dave Chappelle did by going to Africa and all that kind of stuff, I get it. I 100% get it now. I didn't understand back then when I was a young man, but now I understand. I get it. Okay, 100%. I like the fact he don't back down. He's not going back down to the LGBTQ elemental P. He's not going back down. He'll say whatever because it's funny. Period. All that PC stuff gets in the way of comedy. I don't laugh at PC comedy, but that right there, oh man, I'm ready to bust out crying. That was hilarious. So yeah, shout out to Dave Chappelle. Oh man, I didn't see something funny. That was hilarious. I got to make sure that I have that favorited. Give me 1 second here so I can not lose that particular clip. And if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. Oh my goodness gracious. Man, oh man. All right, that gets everything I wanted to get to. Okay, we got Dave Chappelle attack, Drew Barrymore being canceled, allegedly, Roe V. Wade drama, White House Correspondents Dinner. We got all that good stuff in there. Oh man. Dave is the GOAT, man. The GOAT. My favorite comedian. I like guys that just naturally funny. And I know a guy like Dave Chappelle from Virginia. I won't say his name, but he's naturally funny. Quick story, then I get to the super chats. I was at my ad agency one day, and we're supposed to be doing some flyers for him, and the flyers just didn't get quite done correctly. So he's in the office late at night with us trying to get some stuff done, and the way he was upset, like, man, the way that he was upset reminded me how Dave Chappelle talked normally. Now, it was a serious moment. He did not have his flyers. He wanted his money back. He was upset. But I was busting out. I was crying, laughing at the way he was behaving. Just his natural, that right there. If you got a natural humor and you're smart, you're able to have witty stuff real quick. I love that kind of comedy. Yeah, 100%. Shout out to the Hodge twins. They like that too. Shout out to y'all, man. Hey, Hodge twins, I'm going to your show. If you go to VA, you come to Atlanta or somewhere, I'm going to your show, man. Point blank, period. You guys are hilarious. So shout out to y'all. All right. So we got super chats on deck, of course. Let's get to those right quick. And if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video. Share the video. Do all that good stuff. Man, that caught me off guard. That was a good one. Dave Chappelle. Man, oh, man. All right. Let me make sure I'm in the right place here. Give me 1 second. And, okay, we got, what's this, May 4th? Wow, time is flying, ain't it? Thank you to Pete Sangria, who says, shout out to all the prayer and fasting warriors. Roe v. Wade will be no more. There you go. Thank you to Mike H, who says, hail, Anthony. Thank you. Thank you to Jeff Gray, who says, hold on, give me 1 second. Jeff Gray says, what's good, ABL? Who let Will Smith back on stage? Just kidding. We all know Will Smith was a catalyst. Yes, 100%. Because after Will Smith, there was Clifford Harris, also known as T.I., getting on stage, getting all triggered, X, Y, Z, this, that, and the third. You know, we saw him do that, and I think it was a direct result. People defending what Will Smith did emboldened people that feel like he was correct to go out there and do the same thing. So if you see Will Smith being defended and you feel like it's okay, you get that in your heart and in your soul, then you might go out there and do it. Like the guy, I'm not sure if he was LGBT or whatever, but he got them black polished nails and, you know, the little plaits. Maybe something was going on. He might have had on makeup, but they probably beat that off. The makeup, that you get all your foundation and blush and your eyeshadow, all that right there is on the stage. You got a whole streak of your makeup right there on the hardwood floor. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, that was crazy. Shout out to him, though, for getting his hind parts whipped on stage in front of the whole world. But anyway, thank you to Leo Mazzino, who says, we are a constitutional republic. The states individually are a democracy for the most part. So what is wrong with abortion being left to the states? Nothing at all. But people are misinformed. They don't really understand what's going on, and they tend to believe whatever the media direct them to assume. The media are very slick. They say things very intentionally. They don't say things directly that are lies all the time. They do that sometimes, occasionally, and they issue a retraction, but they'll say things in a wormy way. They will use language that's not very direct. Jen Psaki does that a lot, using indirect language, not really answering questions. You see what I'm saying? That's the whole issue with that. Thank you to Kaius Posthumous, who says, looks like Jack Posobiec knows who the leaker is. Oh, does he? Glad to see about that one. Thank you to Underrated Voice, who says, keep up the good work, ABL. I'm thinking of starting my own YouTube channel myself. If you have any advice or tips, I would appreciate it. Okay, well, now it's kind of a long story, but make a long story short. Be consistent. If you're going to start a YouTube channel, don't start and stop because you're not getting the kind of the kind of views you want. You're not getting the kind of engagement you want. Just start it and be consistent. Keep going, you know, and also have good content because not everybody is good at making content. Always improve your content. I've improved a lot since I first started, and you always got to be able to improve. So improve, be consistent, and don't give up. YouTube will discourage you when you first starting because they don't want people to really just come in and make a quick buck and leave and have weird stuff going on. So be thorough, be consistent, keep putting out content, and have interesting content that is in demand that people want to watch, people want to see. Right now, the hot thing is relationships and DIY, life hacks, tech, whatever it is, find your niche, things you enjoy talking about, things you enjoy doing, and do that. So hopefully that helps. Underrated Voice. Thank you to Kaius Posthumous, who says, tomorrow night, be a false flag, y'all buy groceries. Okay, we'll see. Thank you to Apple, who says, God rest the soul of Texas National Guard Specialist Bishop Evans. He drowned while saving 2 illegals who were in distress. Turns out they were drag runners. Biden and Harris and Mayorkas responsible. Interesting. Thank you to Ian Kinney, who says, sorry I'm late, but men can have babies and you're transphobic. If you believe otherwise, also, men can't have an opinion on abortion because men can't have babies. Hashtag leftist logic. Exactly. Makes no sense. All right, Apple, you got a few here. George Floyd family got 27 million. Breonna Taylor got 12 million. How much did the Evans family get? Where is BLM? Where has Ben Crump? Sharpton? Nowhere to be found. That doesn't really help them in their fundraising goals. Apple also says, God rest the soul of J6 Patriot Matthew Perna, driven to suicide by malicious Democrat DOJ. God bless all J6 MAGA patriots in DC jail solitary. Truth wins. Right on. Thank you to Apple again, who says FBI going to arrest Supreme Court leaker, defund FBI. Also, ABL, you prefer a beach holiday or a mountain getaway? Mountains, because I'm from the beach. I was born in West Virginia, but I grew up in Virginia Beach, that area. So I used to go to the beach all the time. It was just like going to the beach was like going to Walmart. And every time my family would come in from out of town, West Virginia, wherever, hey, let's go to the beach. All right, come on, get in the truck, take it down 17th Street, get some flip-flops. It's going to be hot sand. It's just like I was in the Uber one time with a guy from Egypt. He was like, where are you from? I'm like, Virginia Beach, that area. He was like, oh, yeah, you got nice beaches. You like it a lot, huh? I was like, that's all right. He was like, yeah, I feel the same way. It's like, I'm from Egypt, so I see these pyramids all the time. To me, it's like a pile of rocks. But to tourists, it's like this really big thing that everybody wants to go to. So, yeah, I prefer the mountains to get back more to where I was born and to have a little bit of a different thing than what I'm used to, for sure. All right. Thank you to Apple again, who says, ABL, you like smoothies, protein shakes, favorite flavor? I'm not really a fan of those, actually. Not really a fan, because I feel like smoothies is just a bunch of, it's like sugar. And protein shakes, I just eat, you know what I'm saying, the meat that has a protein in it. So that's not really my wave. Apple also says, ABL, opinion on the phrase welfare plantation. Well, it's a real thing because people, they're stuck on it. They can't get off it. And it's like, it's a voluntary thing, but also it's somewhat involuntary because they don't understand how to really break that. And also there's rules, regulations. You can't do certain things. It's not a good place to be. It's like the plantation without productivity, which is worse than, it's not worse than slavery, but in many ways it is because you have many more social ills than on a regular slave plantation, you know. And then a lot of the people, if they make some kind of mistake or do something wrong, whatever it is, then now you go to a place that's worse than the actual plantation. Now you go to the penitentiary, you could lose your life. It's bad, overall bad. Slavery was bad, and so is the welfare plantation, 100%. Especially when you get caught in the cycle of it. It's generational, and people don't really see a way out. It's really sad. Thank you to 666 King Drummer, who says the Johnny Depp trial makes the Rittenhouse case look sane. Yes, I'm seeing Johnny Depp on the witness stand laughing. It's a mess. All right. Thank you to Apple Bakar All Puff Daddy, who says, ABL, how does MAGA contend with McConnell and McCarthy? I don't know. That's a really good question. One that I would need to really kind of dig into. I'm not sure what can be done. The only thing that really can be done with those guys is just vote them out. I'm not sure if MAGA, if you could have a MAGA candidate or people that support that to come out and just vote in mass. Okay. Apple also says, ABL, the 7 deadly sins are lust, gluttony, greed, envy, wrath, sloth, and pride. Which sin plagues you the most? Which sin plagues you the least? Audience, that's a really good question, actually. You come with these great questions all the time. For me, it's probably gluttony. Yeah, man, I like cookies and cakes. I'm actually really good on my diet, though, for the most part. I'm very good on my diet. Like a Muslim, like a Nation of Islam type guy. I'm like that on my diet because I studied that type of stuff and it kind of stuck with me from back in the day when I was a young man. But I still like them honey buns. You know what I mean? If you put a plate of honey buns in front of me, they're gonna be gone in a minute. Okay, the gas station, straight from the gas station, them Little Debbie honey buns with the white frosting, it's a wrap. They're gonna be gone. But I know I shouldn't be doing that. I don't even like how I feel when I eat sugar, but I do it anyway. That's my worst one, is the gluttony. And which one plagues me the least out of lust, gluttony, greed, envy, wrath, sloth, and pride? Probably envy. I walk to the beat of my own drum. I don't care what you're doing. So what? You know, and if anybody's doing better than me or whatever, I give them all the credit in the world. I look up to people that are doing better than I am, and I study ways that I can be on their level. I don't feel hate in my heart because a person is beyond where I am. I feel inspired by it. So I'm not an envious person, but I do like them honey buns. Oh, man. And I'm going to Virginia pretty soon. And when I go to VA, I'm going to eat all the lumpia in Virginia Beach. So if you got a Filipino food store, be on the lookout. Put a bolo out for ABL. Put me on a T-shirt and say, hey, man, don't let them take all your lumpias. It's going to be a wrap. It's like rather than Tony Montana being in the upstairs with all the cocaine, I'm going to have lumpia wraps and all kind of chicken and pork all on my face. Is going to be a mess, man. But anyway, I'll move on. Kai's Parchment says, how about Antifa BLM rioting in LA, Sacramento last night? That's what they do. Okay, it's time for midterms, so they probably got the budget opened up, or they're trying to get the budget opened up, so you already know what it is. Thank you to Pete Sangria, who says, the left, no uterus, no opinion. Also the left, abortion rights affect everyone. Exactly. All right, shout out to James Garrity for the big donation here, who says, you rock with the clover and smiley face. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. 666 King Drummer says Roe v. Wade should be repealed, but not because of anti-abortion sentiments. Norma McGorvey admitted that she lied in her autobiography and on national TV. That should disqualify it immediately. Well, yeah, exactly. Right. It was a case based on a lie, and she owned up to the lie years later. Thank you to F. Ranger Xbox, who says you misgendered the leaker. Thank you to A. Ellingham, who says they said the document that leaked was legitimate, but not final. It showed the opinions of at that particular point. It showed the majority to repeal Roe v. Wade. They think they leaked to stir up President Biden to pack the court. Okay, I see. So they're trying to. It's not a final decision, so they're probably trying to do a couple things. They're trying to get the court packed, and they're trying to change the opinions of those who are going to vote on it through intimidation and fear and whatnot. That's probably what's going on. Okay, Pete Sangria says, I must be slow. What in the world are honey buns? Sir, you don't know what a honey bun is? Really? Oh, okay, hold on. We're going to show you what a honey bun is. Okay, and we got to get the right honey buns. We don't want to get these weird looking, you know what I mean? We got to get what I get. If you see me in the gas station, mind your business. You know what I'm saying? You already know where I'm going. They'd be in there. They'd be like, you could get two for the price of one or whatever. I'm getting them. Okay, hold on. Matter of fact, here we go. Yeah, that right there, that's a honey bun. That's probably not the best picture of it, but that's what a honey bun is. Okay, it's like a little cake. A little frosted cake. Okay, and you just, you know what I mean? You could just eat it, and it's good. It's lit. Matter of fact, here's a better picture of it. It's like a little croissant type ordeal. And I got me showing honey buns on the stream. That's crazy. Shout out to the honey buns. But yeah, that right there, I'm telling you, I can eat them. I can eat them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That right, hey, they got them in the hotel I'm at. They got a continental breakfast, and they got this kind of thing, a honey bun or something close to it, or they got a croissant dressed as a honey bun. Is going to be a wrap for me. So yeah, hopefully that answered your question, what a honey bun is. Yeah, just go experience one. Go to your local gas station, your Quick Trip, Getty Mart, whatever you got in your area. Shop and go. Shout out to Berkeley, Norfolk. Get one of those, and you'll be good to go. And you'll thank me later. Guitar Dude 777 says Pocahontas couldn't even put on a good angry act. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that particular clip. I know it's so much sugar. Tech, I understand, but that's my problem. That's my weakness. It's like kryptonite. Kal-El with the green. That's me with the honey buns. I try to stay away. I got blueberries and raspberries. I got blueberries and blackberries in my refrigerator. So if I want some sugar or something like that, I do that rather than going to the gas station and getting that. So I try to do well, but sometimes I fall short of grace, as we all do. All right, thank you to Apple, who says Atlanta security guard Anthony Frazier was brutally murdered. Even though dead, others came and robbed him. Where's BLM? Where are protests, reparations? Nowhere to be found. And I saw that. That was on the west side, Cleveland Avenue, East Point, Georgia. which is not necessarily Atlanta, but it is Atlanta. It's the same thing to me. That area has always been dangerous. It's really unfortunate. Thank you to F Ranger Xbox, who says the women screaming are in no danger of getting pregnant. Exactly. All right. Thank you to Noel Garcia, who says, if I sit next to grandma in church and act up, my arm looks exactly like that. I've been on chicken wing. Hey, that arm, you had this going, you had this like that. The elbow was front and center. That shoulder was off, out of the socket. Man, that's going to be painful. You're going to be on fentanyl trying to get that fixed. Thank you to Mike Tyson II, who says, I sold $2 from the paper boy. All right, there you go. Thank you to Shet for your donation. Thank you to Anthony, who says, never saw you laugh so hard, ABL. Oh, man, that took me out. The Dave Chappelle thing, that was hilarious. Because I didn't expect it. I was looking for a different clip, really. So when that happened, I was no more good. Thank you to Uncle Stu, the old man on the block, who says, showing love and support. Sir, I thank you very much for your leadership in this space. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. I really do, man. It means a lot to me that you say that about me. Thank you to Angel, who says, still cracking up, ABL. Great show. Thank you for that. Thank you to Uncle Stu again, who says, also thank you for the shout out the other day. I was very honored you knew me from TLA. I'm working hard on my channel to become a better podcaster. By the way, I'm from New York. Yeah, I live in Hampton, VA. Again, thank you. Shout out to you, man, out there in Hampton. All right, on the peninsula, the other side of the water. Yeah, man. When I first came to Virginia, when I was a little baby, when I was an infant, my parents moved to Newport News on Jefferson and Mercury, right? A little trailer park right by the JRB, by the bridge that go over to Portsmouth, Suffolk. Yep, I live right there. And I think the trailer is still there. The same trailer I lived in when I was a little baby is still right there. We were black rednecks. My dad had this big, loud pickup truck that my mom would drive. My mom's all of 5'1", driving this big, loud pickup truck, right? And my dad, super country. I'm talking about like, what's my name? Jeff Foxworthy. Dad looked like Jeff Foxworthy, the black version when he was young. Okay, but working man, owned the trailer, had, always had money, always had business. He was always just doing stuff. But yeah, lived in the trailer right there in the hood. So you go from the mountains, the hills to the hood directly right away. All right. And thank you to David VH, who says, thanks for the shout out. I enjoy your shows and your impressions of the New York accents are hilarious. Well, thank you for that, man. Definitely appreciate you. And thank you to Caius Posthumous, who says, how about Biden making fun of Special Olympians? I did not see that. I had to check that out for myself, but I did not see that at all. All right. So super chats, I got all of those. Thank you all for a super chat, and I definitely appreciate y'all. And now, it's time for the calls. The number to call is 434-658-1220. Again, 434-658-1220. Let's go ahead and get rocking and rolling. And there's also an email for Skype. If it doesn't act right, it's not my fault. Please blame the white man. I take no personal accountability for that at all. It's not my fault when things go wrong on my show. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. If we can get Skype loaded up, that'd be great. Again, 434-658-1220. All right. And thank you to Uncle Stu again, and says, oh, you a honey bun when you come here? Oh, yeah, man. I'll be out there soon for sure. I'll be out there soon, but I'll probably be on the south side, of course, where everybody's at. Let's go to 918. You're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
ABL, what's up, man? It's JB Scott from Oklahoma. How you doing, buddy?
It's all good, man. How about yourself?
Good, man. Just enjoying this springtime weather,
Oh, no doubt.
Anyway, been a good show tonight, and a lot of good comedy stuff, actually. Funny topics. I had a couple I just wanted to bring up. First of all, did you see Joe Biden earlier basically call MAGA supporters, or as he said, ultra MAGA supporters, the greatest threat to America right now?
Yeah, I saw that, and it was crazy because my thing is, where is he getting that from? What makes him say that aside from what he's been told to say? Because I've not seen any ultra MAGA supporters do anything to anybody. All he's really going to talk about is January 6th, but in reality, on January 6th, who got hurt aside from a MAGA supporter? Who actually got hurt in that? Well, I take that back. Pardon me. People did get hurt, but it wasn't like what happens with BLM. BLM, they actually killed people. They destroyed neighborhoods. That wasn't really the case on January 6th. And that's just one incident. You got tons of BLM riots that are so-called protests all the time. Just had some recently. And that's not really seen as dangerous. It's not really seen as volatile. So it's just weird.
It is. It's very weird. I mean, and you're right. Where is this information coming from? He's just being told to say that. Just like, you know, my favorite villain, Alejandro Mayorkas, you know, he's saying the same thing, yet he's just letting thousands and thousands of people walk across the border every day, you know, bringing in drugs, human trafficking, crime. So, again, I think right there, that's number one when it comes to the midterm distractions. You know, blame it on MAGA supporters. And all it's going to take is one more police shooting of maybe an unarmed black man happening sometime this summer. And that's going to fire up Black Lives Matter and Antifa all over again. So they've already got things in place. I can already tell they do. And the fact that Elon Musk is now in control of Twitter, and they can no longer hide behind Twitter because that was their shield. That was where, you know, they could say whatever they want, and they could block out anyone on, like the New York Post and the Hunter Biden laptop story. So now it's changed for them. They've got to step up their tactics, which they're going to do. I guarantee they will.
That's right.
One last thing I wanted to say, I had a question because I know abortion is the real hot topic right now ever since, you know, this whole leak thing. I would like to know the opinions of all these women who are pro-choice, who are for having the ability to murder an unborn child, how they feel about the death penalty. You know,
that's a good question.
On one end, you've got life at the beginning of life, and then you've got life at the end of life. Which one is fair, which one is not, and who should decide?
That's a very good question. Very good point.
Yeah, I thought I'd throw that out there maybe for the chat. But anyway, man, great show tonight. Keep it up. Love all the callers and people in chat. I wish I could chat, but I'm shadow banned, and I might can't show up on any YouTube channel. So that's why I have to call in.
Okay. So you're not on any YouTube channel. So wherever you go, it doesn't matter if it's me or somewhere else. You can't show up.
Exactly.
Wow.
Now I can show up in comments, like after you've already posted a video. I mean, I've got comments that have, you know, thousands of likes. But if I go into any live YouTube stream, whether it's yours, a gaming channel, I mean, anything, I'm pretty much invisible. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. But anyway, you know, I'm still watching and I'm still alive on YouTube. So.
Well, thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate it.
All right. Have a good night, buddy.
All right. Yeah, shout out to the caller. All right, let's get to a few more. 910, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
ABL, what's up, man? It's Drew from Chicago. How you doing?
Oh, it's all good, man. What's happening?
Not too much. I'm actually heading down to Tennessee next weekend, Nashville, though. That's not your stopping grounds. Chattanooga's a little bit further south, right?
Yes, right. Yeah.
Good stuff. Cool. Couple things. So I was listening to another podcast earlier, and I know obviously like abortion is the hot topic right now. I heard that specifically like in the black community, there's been like 30 million abortions in the past 50 years. You're familiar with that statistic?
Yes, I am.
That's pretty crazy, right? I mean, the guy that was talking about it too was like, think about all of the the years of life that's been lost, like in relation to that. Because I don't know. I used to have a mixed perspective on this topic, but now I feel like, I don't know. It's just pretty crazy to see, especially to like people like fighting super hard for it. It just, I don't know. It doesn't make that much sense.
Yeah, it's crazy because a lot of people don't really understand what an abortion is. They think it's just, oh, the baby's gone. It's just the pregnancy is over with, so there's no baby. But it's like, no, there's a baby there. So you can't just look at it that way. But people, I think they've been brainwashed from a young age to believe in certain things. So when they get to be adults, you can't really change their mind.
No doubt. Cool. Yeah, that's pretty much all I had. One thing to the last caller was talking about a little bit of the BLM stuff coming back. I actually think that's one thing. I don't know if that's coming back or not, because if we looked at the shooting in Grand Rapids, that was a couple weeks ago, BLM was nowhere to be found. So I think we're actually in pretty good shape on that one.
Yeah, definitely. I believe so.
Cool. What are your thoughts heading into obviously this one? I feel like it's the abortion thing's kind of a mixed topic. Do you think that this could hurt our chances going into the midterms with people kind of on the fence this one, or do you still think it's going to be kind of a slam dunk, or they're just going to be pulling out a bunch of other ridiculous stuff?
I think it's a slam dunk because people are tired. Like the whole abortion thing is not going to trump, no pun intended, it's not going to trump all the other things that are going on. I mean, the main thing is just inflation. People are really struggling out here to just make ends meet. The housing market is crazy. People do not like the way the country is
Joe
going.
Biden's laughing. He's laughing at the inflation.
Right. It's like it's a joke to him. So that kind of thing right there, that's a problem.
Yeah. No, cool. Yeah, I think it's good. And one thing for all the listeners, I'm trying to do a little bit too. Like, I don't have a huge, just posts on social media, like more of us speaking out about this stuff too, because I do feel like there is certainly a shift that's taking place. And the more that people actually speak out about this, the better that we're going to be, because I feel like now it's really only like 5% of the population that believes this insanity. So we just, we got to capitalize on the midterms and actually get real people in there. Otherwise, they're not going to stop. I mean, the radical left, they're never going to stop. So, yeah, I'd encourage other people to speak out too. I think that it's time for everybody to do that.
That's right.
Cool. Awesome. That's pretty much all I got. Keep up the good work and chat soon.
Thanks for the call, man. Appreciate it.
All right. Peace.
All right. Shout out to the caller. And the number to call is 434-658-1220. Again, 434-658-1220. The number is always in the description box and always right there in the ticker below me at a certain point as well. Just not right now. Let's get to the next one. 910, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Oh, my man, AB. Okay, I want to bring something up that a lot of people don't talk about, and that is as far as abortion is concerned. And today I was thinking about this subject, and there's a total black population in the U.S. of 46.8 million black population. Since 1973, we've aborted 20 black million babies. So that's about 43% of the current living black population. So I'd just like to bring that up, and that's a kind of uncomfortable truth nobody wants to talk about.
Yeah, and you know what? Like that, I say that a lot to people. It's like we're talking about all these things, the white man and all this racism and police and all these different ways that people are attacking black people. But meanwhile, half of us don't even exist in the world because of abortion. Half. And people keep talking about, well, why are we not growing as a population? And when I say things like, oh, the black is only, we're only like 12% of the population and we're not growing, people say, well, how can that be so? We've been that same percentage, or we're less than we were a few years ago. And it's like, you don't understand. We have a very low birth rate due in part to abortion, due in a big part to abortion. We have a very low birth rate. We're not even at replacement. And we don't have a lot of immigration. So we're just doing the wrong thing. And we're worried about other things that don't impact us as much. So yeah, it's definitely a hard truth that people don't really want to accept all the time, but reality is reality.
And especially if you are black and you live in first world American country, you know, you support the Democratic Party, but they only tell you what you want to hear. I work with a lot of Democrats. they're tied around the whole identity politics. You know, the Republicans are the racists, the Democrats are the savior. But when it comes down to when they are in power, they just perpetually just drive us more down into the slums, and that's for everybody.
100% correct. Right on.
All right, brother. Keep on fighting.
Thank you for the call, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, that abortion number is crazy, man. 50% of our population doesn't even exist. 50% of us are not here. We're arguing and bickering over the dumbest things. One person that dies in police custody. How about the millions of us that are not here? We're like I said before, there's a particular school out here in chat that it had at one point 100% black population. Now it's 25% Hispanic, 75% black. And at a certain point, it's going to become Guatemalaville. Ain't nobody black going to be there. And we're worried about the white man. Meanwhile, what are we doing to ourselves when we go to the abortion room, when we go dealing with the drugs and the guns and the thugging and drug? What are we doing? We worry about the lowest thing on the totem pole, police brutality. We're worried about that to prevent from talking about the bigger things on the totem pole that actually impact us every day. All right, Tariq, what's going on?
Hey, ABL, what's up, man? I was just responding to a prior caller when they were saying Joe Biden's probably laughing about inflation. I don't even think he knows if we're in inflation or what's going on, man. You know, we can't treat Joe Biden as if he's saying Joe Biden is not running this country, man. It's his advisors around him, because if you've seen him during debates and how his wife got to come to him with interviews, it's like he's constantly monitored. The man is not sane. And what is interesting, and you know what conservatives have to really pick up about liberal hypocrisy, is if Trump had the same mental issues that Joe Biden had, it would be talked about nonstop in the media. They were already trying to say Trump was mental. You know what I'm saying? But how they're acting like Joe Biden is sane is just a farce. It's a fraud. And it shows that liberals will put up with nonsense as long as they have power. Something that conservatives don't understand, man, because like I said, we got a lot of turncoats in the Republican Party who will sit there and go against Donald Trump and the conservative agenda, even if it puts liberals in the White House, even if you get Supreme Court justices, they'll say the stupid country first lines and act as if the liberals have the country in the best in the best heart. So yeah, man, you know, conservatives gotta understand liberals are hypocrites, not all of them. And you know, they always talk about you know, the divide in this country. I'm gonna be honest with you, the conservatives, they're not at fault for the divide in this country, man. You know, I remember when I was little, man, I didn't really think of liberals and conservatives, but the more I watch the media, it's the more liberals are attacking conservatives of all races, as if they're all racist. And then they even infected black people, and black people silly, especially the black liberals, silly follows along, where you got black liberals just downright just dismissing every African-American conservative as a coon who should not be spoken to. You know, we've seen this with Kanye West when Kanye West came out in support of Donald Trump. You know, you got Clown T.I., who's always talking about being pro-black and blackity black. And then you over here just trashing Kanye West, calling him a coon, a sellout, and all this nonsense. Well, you're supposed to be Mr. Pro-blackity black. Because if you are truly black, you know, these fake pro-blacks, if you're truly pro-black, you will not hate another African-American based off what they believe. You know, as long as you guys can come to a middle ground and you guys can come to an understanding, you won't have a hatred. But when you just dismiss them based off of if they're conservative, you're not pro-black. You are working for the pro-white liberal on their behalf, and you're using your little black skin to act as cover for their ideology. That's all you're doing. These people. So yeah, man, it's all fake and frauds. And you know, with this Supreme Court leak, you know, of course, I believe a liberal did it by design, because Joe Biden is losing in all the polls. Economy is going under. So you got to give liberals something to fight for. And it's silly, you know. Liberals are just led by the their party. So by doing this does set up a battle. Now I'm in kind of agreement with you. Hopefully the American people are like, is it worth this abortion battle putting Democrats in power just so my lifestyle could just continue being worse? You know what I'm saying? But they do these desperate moves for power. It's the same way with Donald Trump. That fake Russian, that whole thing was fake from the start. They do things like that to stop conservatives from winning. It's the same thing with Brett Kavanaugh. Soon as it was like, oh man, he's about to come through, what happened? Out of nowhere, some sexual assault that was taken seriously. And just to speak on that, and I'm almost done, I'm just going back to the corrupt Republicans. The only reason why that Brett Kavanaugh thing went as long as it did is why? Because you got these 3 Republicans. You had Jeff Flake, you also had Susan Collins, and I forget that lady name from Alaska. And, what did they do? They held out for more evidence. It's like we all can see the game liberals are playing. We all can see that this woman has no proof. 3 clowns want to remain silent, drawing it out, pushing it, just making it worse, having the country fight each other. Why are y'all doing that? Like, you see how the Democrats acted when Joe Biden was accused? What did they say? Due process. Well, bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. I sure hope that the Republican Party is waking up and we are really getting rid of these. I'm not even worried about Democrats. I hope we get rid of these sellouts in the Republican Party, man. And that's all I got to say.
Thanks for the call, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, right on point, man. Couldn't say no better myself. Shout out to my man Tariq for the call. Always a good call. And let's get to some more here. Let's go to 272. You're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Oh, my word. I'm actually on. Let me turn you off. I'm listening to the previous caller. You had a number of previous callers that were asking some legitimate questions. I want to do it. I'm going to ask you a few questions, let you answer, because I have a number of them. I want to go on about the abortion issue. You remember back a little bit, did it come up in front of Congress or something like that they weren't allowed to show the ultrasound of the baby that's in the mother's womb and also to show them the video evidence of an actual abortion as that baby is trying to get away from that instrument, trying to come up and kill it.
Oh, wow.
Didn't that happen?
I
kind of remember that.
I believe I saw that. Yes, I think I believe I saw that.
Yeah, because they really need to show this to the parents, or at least to the mother, and they need to find the fathers that impregnate them, and you're done. That's it. You're going and you're finished on that point. If it takes 2 to tango, you're in on it too, dude. Marry the woman, and hopefully God will provide you what you want. And a lot of stuff was brought up about Elon Musk. Now, you got to realize Elon Musk is a megalomaniac. The guy is brilliant. He's a brilliant financier. Just knows what he's doing. He's got a few things that you got to watch him on. The monkey issue with the implants in the brain scares me, but otherwise, the guy seems like he is getting more and more conservative by the day. And yes, the kid name issue was just bizarre. I'm just going down a lot. Hey, can you do, this is weird. Can you do for your followers get pictures up on another YouTube thing that you can start up? The other, Dr. Oz in Pennsylvania, is Trump still supporting him? I'm out of Pennsylvania.
I don't know. I've not heard anything, so I don't know. That's a good question.
Okay, yeah. I know, I can't think of her name. The woman, she's a black woman. Oh, I'm voting for that woman without a doubt. She's good conservative. Why didn't Trump pick her? I can't figure that out. And the abortion issue that I brought up, why can't people behave themselves and keep their private parts private instead of acting like animals? And I don't get that. I've been able to keep myself in control. I got married, divorced. I was a virgin when I met her, and I haven't had sex since. I've been divorced for 25 years, and I haven't had sex. Why can't people do that? Am I some weird human being that can?
I don't know, man. You know, people they got that's kind of a complicated question, but people just
Isn't it though?
Huh?
Isn't it though? It's just weird how that just happens. The other one is one person was saying that the population's dropping. Yes, the population is dropping amongst the whites, Nordic nations, even all that. But there's one area that is increasing population. It's the Islamic nations. They're having babies left and right. The rest of us are falling behind, and then Margaret Sanger didn't help by trying to kill all the blacks off, to which Hitler then picked up on that.
That's right.
Do your research on that one, folks. That's where Hitler got the idea about killing the Jews, was Margaret Sanger.
Right.
Let me see. I'm just going down my list real quick, and maybe you could talk about it. Oh, boy. And I can't. And I know you got calls. It took me forever to get into you. ABL, thank you for talking to me. And hello, everybody. And yes, if you could, as a funny thing, followers of your show, could we send in pet pictures and you can hang them on the wall or something like that, or start up another video? And it's just, and honey buns are the greatest, but you got to have good coffee with them.
Okay, there you go.
Oh man, you got good quality coffee, not that Robusto nasty crud that everybody buys from the store. You got to get really good beans, grind them up. Better than sex. Hey, wait a minute. That's maybe why I don't have sex.
Oh, okay. There you go. All righty.
Bye-bye.
All righty. Shout out to all you guys. You guys are the best. Shout out to all the callers, man. You guys are telling you are hilarious. The phone lines are blowing up, so y'all please hang tight for me. I'll try to get to you guys ASAP, but let's go ahead and get to some more. And let's do, hold on. All right. 559 on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, ABL, Patrick from California. How's it going?
It's all good, man. How about yourself?
Hey, good, man. Thanks for taking my call. Hey, real quick, I just had a few questions, but first I wanted to share with you a little bit from the greatest set of documents, I guess you could say, in the history of mankind, the United States Constitution. And that is Article 4 of Section 4. And that states, the United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a Republican form of government, and shall protect each of them against invasion. My first question is, are you agreeing and in alignment with the Republican politicians who are calling for Greg Abbott to call an invasion on our southern border, declare an invasion rather, so that way that our military could then get more actively involved in turning these illegal immigrants right around and sending them straight back from where they came? And then also a totally different topic, but my second question would be, what say you on Gavin Newsom coming out today in response to the potential SCOTUS ruling and saying that he will then use taxpayer dollars to fly people in from other states to California and have abortions? And this was coming out per Glenn Beck that I had just seen this. So what say you on those two topics?
Okay, so the first one was about declaring like an invasion on the southern border to get some more help there.
Yes.
I mean, that's what should happen, because that's what's going on. And people would just want to say, like normies would say, well, they're just coming across for a better life. Man, whatever. Okay, you got drugs coming across, guns coming across. You having cartel wars going on at the southern border, and it's impacting us, people that live on the border, citizens of the United States. They're being impacted negatively. People that are Hispanic, white, black, whatever, they have negative impact on them. Excuse me. So there most certainly should be that declaration to get some assistance right there. And then as far as what Gavin Newsom is doing, as far as using taxpayer money to basically ship in people to have them get abortions, is crazy. I mean, at a certain point, is that called like human trafficking? It sounds similar to me. It's kind of weird. And then also, if I was a Californian, I would not like that too much. California has all kinds of problems, natural disasters, the grinding poverty, some of these cities are just a complete mess. The police aren't funded properly. So I would not want my taxpayer dollar in California to be used for that kind of purpose to help others rather than Californians.
Right. I agree. You know, it's so disgusting. I can't stand this governor. I know that we're probably not going to be able to get him out midterms. It's looking very bleak. This state is just totally lock, stock, and barrel controlled by the liberal left. And the only way that any, conservative can manage to cope is either move to a conservative area in the state and just deal with the state issues that are slowly but surely, trickling into those areas, which I think might eventually take them over anyway, in the next decade or so. But you just have to cut the cord and leave and take on off and get out of here and move to another state, which is probably what I'm going to be doing. And, it's just getting too much. And so anyway, I appreciate your time, ABL. Thank you so much for your input on those two questions. I agree with you 110%. It's just something that is totally crazy. And it's going to sink the state of California into the ocean as far as any sort of repercussion, from other states or, in the midterms, if we do take the House, I'm expecting that they would come down very, very hard on California for being this extreme. And so anyway, thanks so much, ABL, for your time. I appreciate it. Take care and have a good one.
Thank you for the call, man. Appreciate it. All right. Shout out to the caller. Good call. Very good call. No, California, man, if you live in California, I feel for you. I really do. Because I know it's a rough road over there for sure. So yeah, shout out to all the Californians, man. If you are a conservative, please leave, escape, get away, figure out a way to go ahead and get gone. All right. 860, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
ABL. Excuse me. Well, yeah, surprised me. It's F&A Ranger Xbox, buddy.
All righty, man. What's going on?
Oh, living the dream. Unfortunately, these days, it's a nightmare, but oh well. Do the best you can.
That's right.
But on the bright side, since Elon Musk bought Twitter, I made a meme with Elon Musk smiling and pointing, and it says, Twitter, get ready for Attack of the Muskrats. So I joined Twitter, and now I got a muskrat number one.
Okay. So is that like the Elon Musk tribe, the muskrats?
Oh, I made it up, and then I put that meme out there first, and having the time of my life, making people just feel so triggered. It's incredible. Just warms my heart. Because you slam them with facts,
That's what you got to do.
Do you know that? Yep, that's it. And did you know that more black babies are aborted in New York City than are born?
Yes, I did a video about that, actually, when I saw that stat.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's where I got that at, because I'm like, oh, my God. And they call me a racist.
I mean, like that right there, like that's called at a certain point, that's called genocide, really, but people don't really see it that way. I guess it's okay. And then the craziest thing is people will cite the black community's quote unquote need for abortions. How is there a need for abortions when there's more aborted than born? Apparently we need to go the other direction.
And then to top it all off, the gang violence, and it's all being done by design. Who's in charge of the education system? Liberals. Am I right or wrong?
You're correct.
Thank you, sir. This dimwit on Twitter sits there and says, it's the Republicans that are ruining education. And I said, really? Explain to me how, because last I heard, and then bam, this, bam, that, bam, that, bam, that, showed them how they all support these Democratic candidates. I said, what about Baltimore? Baltimore has a black Democratic mayor, deputy mayor, district attorney, police chiefs, teachers union, teachers, students, they're all black. They're all Democrat. Average GPA 0.01367. How is that my fault when they get $17,300 a year per student above the national average for education?
That's a lot of money.
How is that my fault?
Yeah.
And you call me the racist? I'm the problem? Because in my world, a child disrupts the classroom, they get that spanking.
Right.
If I was king of the world, not only would the child get the spanking, but the parents would get the spanking in public square in front of everybody, like Singapore. Put that bamboo split cane on there. A woman can walk totally without clothes at 3 a.m., worst neighborhood in the world in Singapore, and not have to worry about being raped. Safe as a baby in her crib. When that kid did vandalize those 112 cars, American, and they caned him, they were interviewing on 60 Minutes a guy they've been caned, and he said, and I quote, "I will not allow an impure thought to enter my brain." I'll never forget that. But I'm going to close with this. Everybody that's listening tonight, whether you agree with us or disagree with us or vehemently hate me, we are going to have a major food catastrophe. Please buy canned goods, canned meat, canned vegetables. Last a couple of years, stockpile it, because food is going to get outrageous. Fuel prices right now, the farmers can barely afford to buy it. Fertilizers, they're deliberately choking down the supply of fertilizer to create food shortages. This is our government doing this. This is the government of Ukraine doing this. This is China doing this. China owns 1/5 of our farmland. They're not going to sell the food that they grow here in the United States on our land to us. They're going to ship that over to China. Then they're going to grow food, vegetables and stuff on their toxic, polluted land that they created, and they're going to sell that here in America. Watch Crossroads. You know that I do deep research, and I find out what's going on. And that's real. That's going to happen, and I'm going to close with that. These people are doing this on purpose. Our government is committing treason. But we need a military tribunal and public punishment. That's all I got to say, brother. I love your show. God bless you. And I follow you on Twitter, so keep an eye out for me. Muskrat #1. All one word, capital M.
Thank you for the call. Thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Bye-bye.
All right, shout out to my man for the call. Most certainly appreciate him. The number to call, 434-658-1220. Let's go to 929. You're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Anthony. Yes, about the outrage on abortion right now.
You said what now?
Well, the outrage on the abortion right now.
Outrage on abortion, yeah.
The Roe V rate. Yes. So I pray for the church that vote to overturn it. I pray for them to continue, do not pay the need to the Marxist, globalist, and continue to keep what they stand for,
No doubt.
And yes, let me tell you one thing, and all of us, like Republican and conservative, must be ready, because there's outrage, right? Remember the last year about the Floyd could be riot? Yes. It is the call for the election vote. The outrage which lead to the riot, it is the call of the election vote. I believe they distract us by the riot. And then when we don't pay attention about the election, well, they literally they set up a plan to cheat the election.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So that is what the outrage and the riot for. So first of all, what we Republican conservative must do is let the politician that we trust, that is no American first and American first only no other country like China or Israel are making first only. Let them know about that. And us, we must be ready to volunteer and sign up, like to be the member in the parliament.
We gotta do what now? I didn't catch the last part.
Yes, we must be signed up, like be volunteering for the vote parliament, you know?
So we got to sign up for it.
Yes, volunteering for it.
Okay, volunteer.
Also, like, yes. After we be accept as volunteer, remember one thing. Remember to bring the voice recorded and also the spy body camera, like what the Project Veritas did. For in case if they cheat, we have evidence to record them, you know.
So you said like what Project Veritas did by being able to expose some people.
Yes, the spy body camera, you know.
Okay.
Perhaps like we can also call the Project Veritas for help. We're ready for that in case.
Right.
Yes. So let's talk about. Oh yes. Well, there is a study, right? Yes, there is a study about the scientists. They just find the poison jab, right? Well, it causes cancer and destroy the natural immunity.
So you said what causes cancer now?
The poison jab.
Say it one more time for me, please.
The poison jab that they for us to take it. Now it's
the poison jab.
Yes.
Okay.
Scientists just find out the poison jab it causes cancer and destroy the natural immunity.
Okay. I see. I understand.
Yes. Well, do you know like the Georgia governor, the traitor camp, which I mean Governor Brian Kemp, the governor of Georgia that betrayed Donald Trump.
Kemp, but why do you think he betrayed Donald Trump?
Well, I believe for the black money, you know, and like I believe just yesterday was the liberal Bush were Mongo just endorsed his, and also he gave $15 billion to Nazi Soros project.
Okay. I didn't know about you. So you gave $15 billion to, you said George Soros project, or to who?
Nazi Soros, which I mean George Soros. I call him Nazi because his father do relate to the Nazis.
Okay, I got you.
Yes. So about Georgia, the governor primary Republican election. So there is the lady named Candace Taylor, and about her. Oh yes, about her.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm sorry, but you got to wrap it up. I got more calls on the line here. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry about that. So let go, Brandon, and the salt must flow.
Thank you for the call. Appreciate it. All right. Shout out to the caller. All right. And thank you all for being here. 786 on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Mr. Anthony Brian Logan, how are you, sir?
Everything is great. How about yourself?
I'm doing good myself. A few things I wanted to just bring up is that is certainly the thought of Supreme Court overturning Roe versus Wade. I remember years ago listening to the old Rush Limbaugh program that I believe was, I don't remember the name, was I guess the Democrat Center or whatever. They said, well, if Roe versus Wade is overturned, we'll just pass a law to reinstitutionalize abortion. And I was thinking about that. If they were in such a big majority, if America was so overwhelmingly pro, abortion up to 9 months or whatever, or just so overwhelmingly, supportive of Roe versus Wade, why would they worry about the Supreme Court overturning it? Just pass the law and get it through. If not, they'd have an issue to cream the Republicans with and turn the midterms 180 degrees around, get a huge majority in Congress and pass it. Why aren't they hopeful of that instead of running around like their underpants are on fire?
Right, exactly.
That's the one thing. And just a funny little tweet I read. I forget who posted it. It was in regard to Nina Jankowicz being put in as the head of the new Mini-True, which is the George Orwell's abbreviation for Ministry of Truth in 1984.
That's right.
And the tweet said something like that. Putting her in charge of this Ministry of Truth is like making Hunter Biden the head of the DEA.
Exactly. Like, 'cause I saw some of her TikToks with the Mary Poppins type stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Now, that lady is actually in the federal government making decisions. It's pretty scary.
It is. I mean, that tweet really is, I think, a fair analogy. And also, too, I wanted to say, I think that the man was talking about the food shortages and all, just a caller a few minutes ago. I think a lot of it may be a conspiracy to try to redeem what's left of CNN when they had that one episode where they were eating the bugs on live broadcast.
Right.
They see CNN had foresight, to redeem CNN, what's left of it.
Exactly, trying to.
Yeah. And there was one other thing, too, I wanted to ask, and I was looking to ask someone like you. You'll be the first person that I've asked this of. I know I'm getting off topic, and that is a lot of, it seems like, the polls are showing more and more minority voters, black voters seem to be more and more moving toward the Republican Party, more conservative apparently. And I know you being, of course, black and conservative and under the age of 40, I just wonder, looking at, for a long time, it seemed like the black community had all this hope that the Democrats, starting with the Great Society of Lyndon Johnson, which is, I'm 56 years old. It passed around the time I was born. And in all that time, you still have all this poverty, all this crime. And basically every 2 years, every 4 years, midterm or presidential elections, there's this hopeful that the promise of the black community being taken by the hand and delivered into the land flowing with milk and honey, the promised land. And after 56 years of it, what are you seeing as the results? And I'm just wondering, so many about younger black people are looking at this condition that they were born and raised in, for the most part, or lived almost all their lives in. And their attitude is, am I going to, just keep voting for more of the rest of this?
Right. I mean, but see, a lot of people, they don't even think that way. They just think, I'm going to vote this way because I'm supposed to. And the results aren't even my concern. And that's the problem with a lot of people. They don't care about the results. All they care about is what they think they should be doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But how about yourself? I mean, how much of an influence did that have with your personal thinking, with your formulating your viewpoint or political belief?
Well, I mean, I saw kind of what was going on. It didn't make any sense to me. But again, it's like it's a social thing. You're supposed to do it just because. It doesn't even really matter what the outcome is. And once you get beyond the social block, then you can get down to business as far as logic. But the first thing to go is a social block. You got to get beyond that because you're afraid of what your friends are going to say, family going to say, not even about what makes sense and what doesn't make sense. It's about your social pressure. Once you get beyond that, you'll be fine. But that can be very hard to do because you want to cut off your whole family and friends and everybody you had for a long time, your support system, your parents. That's how it is sometimes.
Yeah, because I remember talking in 2015. I was in Washington D.C. and I actually was talking to a young black minister. He was in his early 30s at the time, and I remember hearing him. I told him, well, going back to the Rush Limbaugh program, about he happened to talk to a number of black callers. You know, why they keep voting Democrat. It's basically, well, my mother does it, my grandmother did it. You know, my cousins all do it, whatever. And it's like basically. It summed up to being saying, well, we always have done it this way.
Right, exactly. That's what it is.
And you know, I was just wondering if younger black conservatives like yourself, maybe, and Candace Owen, for example, you know, Brandon Tatum, if it's just a case of, you know, if we're really just going to keep doing this and all, it's about time we move in a different direction, because carrying out this status quo has literally gotten us nowhere.
I agree with you 100%, man. But thank you for your call. I definitely appreciate you.
Right. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Same to you. Yeah, I mean, I agree with the man. He was right on point, 100% on point. You know, I couldn't say nothing better than myself. Let's get to the next one here. 719 on the line. Who am I speaking to? Okay, 719 got cold feet. I don't know what's going on. The number to call again, 434-658-1220. Again, 434-658-1220. Let's go to 828. You're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, ABL. This is Janie from North Carolina. How are you?
I'm well. How about yourself?
Oh, doing good. I just had a few comments. I hadn't talked to you in a long time. I wanted to make a comment about the Roe versus Wade abortion thing.
Yes.
And I heard a caller say that there were about 30 million black abortions in the last 50 years.
That's correct.
And I got to thinking, and I wonder if they ever thought that the government, the left, the people they support, are trying to depopulate the black babies.
I mean,
because, you know, the welfare system, they should be pushing contraceptives, birth control, the latex things, and how about try to talk women into not sleeping with somebody and put a limit on these kids. If they was to do 3 kids and that's it and they didn't get no more welfare, perhaps people wouldn't have so many children. And then I thought about how they're pushing for late-term abortions all the way up to birth. But what they're doing is they're just chopping up these babies and they're using their stem cells and their hearts and their livers and their kidneys and making more money. Planned Parenthood is making a fortune off of doing these things, which is awful. And usually, I'm sure they don't think about it, the ones that are buying all these organs are probably rich white people. And I think that the Biden administration should be concentrating on our open borders, the inflation, our gas prices, and food shortages, because food shortages are going to come. I saw videos that people put out, and these farmers said it was like the Men in Black came to see them on their farms, and they gave them twice the amount that they would get if they harvested that crop to destroy it. So all of that they done last year is coming back, this year. Now we're going to start feeling that crunch where they destroyed their crops. And now they're trying to flood. Some places are seeing droughts, others just getting hammered with rain. So then the crops are going to be destroyed again this year. And then I saw our governor, who is Governor Roy Cooper in North Carolina. And he said that North Carolina would still continue to support women's health abortions. And then I saw another one he made right after that and said that the Democrats have put him on list for the presidential candidate. So please, people, vote him out. Mark Robinson, our lieutenant governor, is a conservative and just such a good guy. I really hope he runs. I do think that the left is going to make summer hell, and I didn't mean to cuss, on earth this summer. It'd be like it was. False flags are going to be rampant and everywhere. So people be careful. Love yourself and love everyone and pray. I sure appreciate your time, ABL. Love your show.
Thank you for the call. Definitely appreciate you.
Bye.
All right. Shout out to the caller. Great call. And thank you all again for being here. Couldn't do it without y'all. And the number to call as always is 434-658-1220. 434, what'd I say? 434-658-1220. I almost forgot my number right there. I almost gave you the wrong number. I do that occasionally because I got another number that's similar, but you can't. That's the bat phone right there. All right, let me go ahead and restart Skype right here. Skype is just, it just wants to do whatever it wants to do occasionally. All right, thank y'all for the super chats. Thank y'all for doing everything. Couldn't do this show without y'all at all. Let's go ahead and get Skype back rolling. I told y'all the white man is messing the flow up. All right. And let's go to 618. You're on the line. I'm speaking to.
Oh, sorry, got the wrong number.
All righty.
Oh no, yeah, I got the right number.
Okay, what you
What's
got to do?
up, my brother? ABL.
What you got to do is turn the stream off in the background for me.
Okay, hold on just a second. Sorry about that.
That's all good.
Sorry about that, my friend.
Oh, it's all good. What's going on?
Hey man, I like your show. You put it out, brother. You got my graces. I'm calling from Illinois. My name is G.
All righty. So what's happening?
You hear about that leak and everything that they had at SCOTUS there?
Yeah.
I'm at Ketanji Jackson Brown. I appreciate that they put a black woman in office because I really believe that's a good thing. But to me, myself, brother, the way I've been watching things, I think she's the one that leaked that sound of that stuff out to the media.
Well, I'm not sure.
I don't think it's conspiracy. I don't think it's conspiracy, my friend. I really believe it. If a woman can let pedophiles go like that, and that's sickening, I think Biden put her in there because he needs somebody to spy on what SCOTUS is doing and what every move they're making and what they're going to put out.
Well, she's not there yet because you still got to get Breyer to retire. So once he retires later on in the summertime, she'll come in after him.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if they'd already brought her in, and showed her some of the routine stuff,
Yeah,
I wasn't for sure. I really don't know how it works, but I'm just saying,
Right. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him to do something like that. Yeah, but it's not. Yeah.
But I believe Biden put her in there for a reason because I believe when she does come in, she's going to keep him informed on things. You know what I mean?
Well, you never know. You never know what can happen.
Yeah, I don't have nothing against the lady being in there, of any color. It don't matter to me, but just between you and me, I believe Biden's got her in there for his own purposes.
I think the bigger problem with the Supreme Court are not the justices themselves, but the people around them, the clerks and some of the lower level people. Because if you're a Supreme Court justice and you get caught doing something like that, that's very serious. You might go to the penitentiary. But see, if you're a clerk or some kind of low level guy, you have nothing to lose, so you don't even really care. You just do that and just take the consequences if you get caught.
Right. Well, I didn't know if she was in there or not. I didn't know, but I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I believe when she does get in there, I believe Biden's got her in there for his purposes and not her own.
Well, hey, I think that's possible.
That's what I want to tell you about and tell you I appreciate your show and everything, and I really like it, my friend.
Well, thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
All right, brother. Keep up the good work.
I know. All right, shout out to the caller. Good call. And let's get to a few more here. 434, you know the rest. The number is always in the description right below the video, also in the ticker. You'll see it there pop up at a certain point. All right. My Skype is acting up because I'm seeing calls pop in, but it's like I can't. It'll pop in momentarily and then pop out. So I'll just wait for them. Yeah, I think the main thing about the nomination is you have a far leftist in there, when they asked her, hey, what is a woman? I don't know. That's a good question. I'm glad you asked that question. I don't really know. So that's the main thing. People in there that are just going to follow whatever ideology that he pushes forward. And that's not going to be a good thing. $719 on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, ABL, this is Matt. I live in Colorado, and we got some extreme abortion laws, man.
I've heard.
And I just got a question. Yeah, I got a question. Where were all these pro-choice people when they were mandating jabs? Where were all these protests when they were mandating? Oh, what about my body, my choice? Where were all these people?
That's a great question. I think that the whole my body, my choice thing only applies in certain times. It's not all the time. It's just occasionally they'll say something like that because they want to push forward a particular narrative. But any other time, they don't. They'll say, oh, no, you got to wear this. You got to get that shot. The whole my body, my choice thing goes out the window at that point.
Right. So why are we not calling the Democrats out for that? Where are these, you know what I mean? I just don't understand it.
That's a great question.
You know? And what would be their argument about the whole jab thing?
Well, I mean, they have whatever kind of argument they want to have for whatever suits them. They'll say, "Oh, it's for the greater good." They'll say anything that they think that can stick. That's what they'll do.
All right, man. Well, it's nice talking to you. You know, and I like watching your show. Me and my wife do, and we appreciate what you do. And that was just my thoughts about it. I just wondered where all these pro-choice people were. That's all.
Right on, man. Thank you for the call. Definitely appreciate you.
All right. Have a good night. Bye.
All right. Let's go to the next one here. Let's go 415 on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hi, ABL. This is, I'm not going to say my name. I just want to say you're the best. And I'm from the San Francisco Bay Area, and I listen to you all the time. You crack me up. You're so entertaining, and yeah, you rock. That's all I needed to say.
Thank you for your call. I appreciate you.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Shout out to the caller. Great call. I like the call where it's just, hey, man, love your show. I think, no, thank you a lot for those. 100%. Let's get to, okay, all right, Tyler, what's going on?
Hey, ABL. How you doing, bro?
Everything's good, man. Can't complain.
Hey, unless I was seeing things today, I believe I saw Joe Biden making fun of a man that was in a wheelchair. Does that sound about right to you?
I heard that, but I've not seen that clip yet. But I have heard about it.
Yeah, I just wonder what the reaction might be if Trump was to really have made fun of a handicapped person. But like I said, unless my eyes are playing tricks on me, it appeared he was making fun of a handicapped man and made reference to whether he could jump or not. Like I said, he's confined to a wheelchair. It was actually for some sort of wheelchair athletics event.
Oh, probably for the Special Olympics or something?
Yeah. So, Joe, of course, tried to make one of his country club jokes and just went south as usual.
Yikes. Yeah, I've heard about that, but I've not seen it. I got to look that up. But, they'll let it go because it's Joe Biden. But when Trump made a little gesture or whatever, you talking about the person that's disabled, and they wouldn't let it go. But you can do whatever you want when you're on the left.
Yes, it's a free-for-all out there for them loonies on the left. Hey, one other thing, just wanted your personal opinion, and maybe some people might want to make some comments in the show. Does it necessarily make me a bad guy if I'm not like 100% in with this Ukraine thing? And for one reason other than, they had more weapons than just about anybody and chose to sell them on the black market for 30 years and disperse them in, third world countries, just African, with the diamond conflicts. I mean, they armed all these people with, ex-Soviet guns channeled through Ukraine. I don't know. I'm a big, let's take care of our own border, maybe even help Mexico get rid of the bad hombres. What do you think, APL?
I mean, yeah, I'm not a big fan of the whole Ukraine thing. I think that's really their problem. We shouldn't even be over there. And the way it's framed is that Ukraine is so perfect angel and there's no problems, and it's just Russia, this big bad bully. But I don't think it's so cut and dry. I think there's problems on both sides of that conflict. And again, that's really not even our beef. That's their situation. We don't have our military deployed over there. So why does it concern us?
That's what I'm thinking. We got to find a way to get our own fertilizer, bump our own wheat production up, go ahead and dig in here and get our border under control.
Exactly. 100%.
Okay. I was just making sure I wasn't crazy or anything, because I'm just not like feeling it. Like, you see a lot of Republicans too. They're like, automatic, like I'm supposed to be, all for this, but I'm just not. I just don't feel like it concerns me.
Right. I agree with you 1,000%.
Yeah. But I'm an American. So, all right, brother. You have a good night. Good show.
Thanks for the call, man. Appreciate you.
Buddy.
Shout out to Tyler for the call. Great call. Yeah, the whole Ukraine thing, I mean, really, that's their issue. Okay, we got problems over here in the good old US of A. So we got to handle our issues here. And then, I mean, ain't no anything. That's pretty much it. So, great call. Fantastic. And of course, the number to call is 434-658-1220. If you like the video, if you enjoy what you heard so far in the show, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. Hold on. Teeny Verse says, I like how Ukraine is in trouble. Everyone cares. But little Crimea gets taken and no one bats an eye. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like nobody cared when they took Crimea. So why they going to cry now? I don't really understand. 850, you're the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, Anthony. Hey, it's Greg from Atlanta, Georgia. How are you, sir?
I'm well, man. How about yourself?
Pretty good. Yeah, I'd like to talk about a couple of things. That last guy who talks about Ukraine is not my thing. I'm American and everything. It must be remembered that Neville Chamberlain said in September 1938 that Germany is a faraway place of which we know little. And less than 2 years later, bombs were falling on England. So you should think about that as well. Hitler didn't take over Europe all at once. I mean, he didn't start with the invasion of Poland. He actually started with the annexation of Austria and then Czechoslovakia. And then September 1st, 1939, he invaded Poland. So he did it gradually, and he tested out the Allies to see what they're doing, to see what they would do. And they did nothing. Just like, Biden. He did nothing in Putin tested him and saw that he could get away with this. So I just wanted to say that part. The other thing I wanted to say was I voted today in the primary election for Purdue and also for Herschel Walker. So I'm very proud of that. And also I really want Buckhead to secede from Atlanta. I think it's about time. With the high crime and everything going on here, all the other problems and taxes and things like that. So do you keep up with that? I know you come to Atlanta from time to time.
Yeah, I do. So, like, I've been watching some of the race, and then I live right on the border, so I hear a lot about the race going on.
Yeah. I got a Chattanooga from time to time. I used to live there, by the way, on Macaulay Avenue.
Okay.
Mr. Crawford attorney goes law for several years.
Ah, okay.
So, yeah. So, so what do you think about Buckhead splitting off from Atlanta? I mean, do you think it'd be a good thing? I think it'd be great.
I think they need to do it because Buckhead is having a lot of problems. And it shouldn't be that way because it's a nice place, high rent, but yet they have all these issues that they should be able to do. They could deal with it better if they had their own police force and they could be more independent. That's the way that it should be. APD is just kind of under-equipped to deal with what's going on, especially because of the politics in Atlanta, aside from Buckhead.
Yeah. There's so much corruption here, and it would give us a much more police protection in a much smaller radius.
Yeah.
They say Buckhead's about the size of LA. I don't think it's that big, though.
No, it's
LA
not.
is huge. I think it's probably about the quarter of the size of LA, even at the biggest estimate,
Right.
So we had about 300 police officers drop out of the police force July of 2020 because of the George Floyd riots. And so, this helps us out greatly. I hope we do succeed and help out with our taxes, give us greater protection and everything else. So anyway, that's all I want to say. Thanks a lot. I'll continue to support your work, and you have a great night. Take care, man.
Thank you for the call, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you. See you. Bye.
All right. Shout out to the caller. So I found a video that was spoken about a little while ago on a call where he was like, Joe Biden joked about somebody in the wheelchair, talking about don't jump up. So, okay, here's what's going on. Let me put this up. I'm not sure if it's the same day or whatever, but Biden put up a post, and it has a response, which is a video, and there's some pictures of him shaking hands and just, look at this, standing with Ukraine, crazy. What are you talking about? Why is that in Alabama? I don't understand. But anyway, the caption says, today I visited a Lockheed Martin factory in Alabama that's building the Javelin missiles we're sending to Ukraine. The weapons built here now in the hands of Ukrainian heroes are making all the difference. That's something we can be proud of. I don't know about that we part. I don't speak French. But anyway, so somebody responded and says, Biden mocking a wheelchair guy and a blind girl. So if you can't see what's going on, this looks like it's in front of the White House, if I'm not mistaken, or, close by. Maybe it's at the soundstage that appears to be the White House. But Biden is there with a bunch of people. It's like young people. They got on white shirts, black pants, as men and women or young men and women. And Biden is like he's about to present something. He has a pair of shoes in his hand. I'm not sure what's really happening here. I don't understand the full context, but we're going to just watch this.
And wheelchair basketball player Matt Scott.
Here we go. Don't jump.
Don't jump. Who is he talking to? Who was telling to not jump?
She's our photographer. Look at her up there. She was
the guy's a nut. That's just really what it is. I don't understand what's going on with your man Joe Biden. But that's your man. I didn't vote for him. So if you voted for him, that's what you got. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. Why is he saying don't jump? I don't understand that part. It's just kind of strange. And kind of strange is an understatement. That's very strange that he would say don't jump in that situation. Yeah, man, I don't speak French. I don't know the we, all that we stuff. We're proud. What you mean we? I speak English. I speak American. That's not in my vocabulary, all this we stuff. You gotta speak for yourself, sir. Yeah, the guy, again, that's your guy. That's not my guy. I don't know that man. So I can't really. Does he always say that? Oh, really? He always says don't jump just randomly. He could be at a dinner. Oh, don't jump. Why would you say that? It's kind of just a random outcry. You just start screaming for no reason. Why? Why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense. So let's go to some more calls here. Hold on. 949. You're on line. I'm speaking to.
Oh, hi. My name's Adele.
All righty. What's going on?
Okay. Oh, I think it's time for a honey bun call. Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. These were discontinued like way back in the late 80s, I think. Maybe you were a youngin', and there were Morton's honey buns in the freezer, like 4 to a box. Oh, those were the best. Did you ever get to try one?
I've not.
Oh, you're kidding. Yeah, those were the best. They were not too, they're kind of dense, not too doughy. And, they had the best flavor. When I was a kid, but too bad they're gone. But anyway, I just wanted to see if you tried one. They're the best.
They sound great, but I've not.
That's all. Yeah. What was that?
So they sound great, but I've not had the pleasure.
Oh, okay. Well, you're missing out. But anyway, okay, that's all. I just wanted to call in with that and love your show.
Thank you for the call. Definitely appreciate you.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, yeah, shout out to the caller. Shout out to the caller. I might end it early if I don't have a lot of calls. Yeah, maybe so. But the Saturday show is always really jumping because everybody's, you know what I mean? And I'm not missing no more shows. If I go out of town, if I go out of town and I'm not able to do my regular setup here, what I'll probably do is just bring a device to stream. So I'll just do the beginning where I'll talk and I'll read chats and things of that nature, but I might not be able to take calls. Mobile but I may be able, if they just improve the technology with YouTube to where I can have, everything set up properly, then I could take calls. So that's kind of what that is. All right. Let's go to 919. You're the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hi, this is Lynn from North Carolina.
All righty. What's going on?
So I wanted to know, I know you said before, first of all, I love your show, and I've heard you say that you're not a really religious person, but there's a Faith and Freedom Conference going on in Nashville next month. I was wondering if you were going to that. Conservative Republicans and a bunch of conservatives meeting.
Do you know what day it is? And like
it's June 16th through the 18th.
Okay, I might have check it out because I'm not far away. I could just drive up there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in Nashville. I thought you were located in Nashville, but yeah, a few of us are going down there. So I was just wondering if you were. But I love your show. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great. Thanks so much for taking my call.
Thank you for the call. Appreciate you.
Bye.
Okay, so was that the Faith and Freedom? I'll look it up. Okay, Road to Majority Conference. Is that it? Faith and Freedom Coalition announced today that the annual Road to Majority Policy Conference will be held June 18th. Gaylord Opera. Okay, I know exactly what it is. Right downtown. Yep. Might have to put it on my calendar. I'll be on the move. I'll be going to different places. Let's go to some more calls. 469, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
It's Grace.
Okay, turn your stream off in the background for me, please.
Yes, sorry.
It's all right.
Hey, ABL, how are you?
Oh, well, how about yourself?
Good. I didn't know I was gonna call in so quick. Wow. Okay. But I just want to talk because I'm like, well, I just turned 18 like this weekend, so like I'm still like in school, so like I still like in like public school and stuff like that because I go to a school here in Texas, so like I'm like in the classroom and I don't know. It's my first time calling. I didn't really have anything planned. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's all good.
But yeah, so like I became a conservative whenever I was like about a year ago. I was like, kind of like that, typical liberal girl in school, and I also like my family was involved in the church, but I just didn't believe until later on. And whenever I became a conservative, that's when things kind of like came to mind, like BLM and stuff. Because like I used to support BLM back in the day and all that stuff, and then until like I finally like let go of that whenever I came more closer to God. So
that's right. I mean that'll do it. Once you really just start to see how you're living and what's the best way to go forward, you shed a lot of the old things that you may have followed in the past, because that can't go with you in the future. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and like especially with the whole like the whole bill that's happening in Florida, I think for a lot of times, like because I take AP government and politics, it's like a AP class that you get AP credit, you take an exam. So I was in the class and like I remember the teacher bringing it up about the Florida bill, the parents and education, whatever. And he just started laughing about it in class, and like all the other liberal like people in the class were laughing about it, saying that we're trying to sign up gay people, like kind of like how the Army recruiters come to school, and like how the teachers are trying to like do it in that way. But like how I see it in the classroom, I think many other people can like agree with it, is that like teachers, they allow that conversation in the classroom. It's not like they're like explicitly telling people to like be gay or like recruiting people. It's that they allow those conversations. Like a student might bring it up about whatever topic, about LGBTQ or transgenderism or something like that, and then the teacher will like chive in, and then there's other students who will like start talking about it. So that's how I think like those ideas get ingrained in people, but it's also because of like TikTok and like Instagram. And I also think because like a lot of people try to go away from like the church and stuff like that. So
right on. Absolutely. I agree. You know, that's a definite, those are definitely things that are needed to get people on the right track. And once you get away from that, there's a lot of confusion that happens. So I agree.
yeah, and just that like I just believe a lot of people when they go to these schools, because like since I'm like a senior in high school in Texas, a lot of people are going to all these schools and they're like going to colleges, and like of course they're going to fit right in with all their like liberal views. And like for me, I'm like I'm gonna be so scared in the classroom because like all these people, but somehow I'm making it through, and just being the conservative I am, and just not necessarily like every single time like challenging the teacher, but just obviously giving my opinion whenever it's needed or to speak up or something like that. But
Right on. Absolutely.
But that's it, ABL. It was nice to talk to you.
Oh, likewise. Glad you were able to call in. I'm glad you're going in the right direction.
Yes, sir. I hope to talk to you next time. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the call.
Yeah. Have a great night.
All right. Shout out to the caller. So did I miss it? It's today her birthday. Happy birthday. If I missed that today's birthday, happy birthday to you, caller. And enjoy your day and keep going forward in the right way. Keep going forward on the right path. Let's go to 310. You're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hi. It's just I'm looking for Officer Tatum.
You have the wrong number. Okay, let's not. That's not me. That's my brother though, but that's not me. 905. You're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, talking to Spencer. Up here in Ontario, Canada. Just saying you have some fans up north here. And I know this is off topic from what your subjects were. What are your thoughts on our Prime Minister here, Mr. Justin Trudeau?
Oh man, I feel so bad for you guys up there because it's like you don't have any conservatives at all. It's like you're pretty much on a you're kind of trapped in the politics. And is there still like to travel to Canada? Is there still a vax mandate?
Oh well, you have to have your vaccine to leave. You have to have your test to come back. It's hard to still travel. All that. Most of the mandates have actually gone, but I mean, other than that, just Trudeau in general has been terrible for the country. Just dividing. We have like an underground here, I guess, of people that you don't like them, but you can't really say it, and it's just I don't know. It's gone out of control where you just feel most conservatives here feel subjugated pretty much. Like we can't do anything around here. It's not good, and it's just everything is just hypocrisy constantly. They're shutting down in any news outlet. I don't know if you heard about this. The news outlets that actually speak up against them that aren't funded by him, he shuts down. Doesn't even let into his press conferences. It's total. I don't know. There's a dictator right in the Western world, and nobody's noticing. It seems. Tucker Carlson will say it once in a while, but in general, I can't believe there's more people not speaking out against it.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy the way that works. But people like the media, they do a very good job being able to hide what he has going on. They'll present him as some kind of fantastic guy, nice guy, soft, but he's not.
He funds all the media in Canada. It was like $60 million he just gave just this year, and then they get a special tag to be a media that's allowed at these press conferences, allowed actually speaking, and only media that's taking his money, the government's money, is allowed actually to say anything. And then these other media organizations like Rebel News and stuff are getting shut out and actually getting shut down. And now he's taking lawyers at them. It's out of control. Like there's going to be no speech from the other side. Like I have friends and stuff that are just talking like got to go up north and start your own community, grow your own food, and homeschool your own kids because even the school systems are you know, you guys have your problems down there with your school system in Florida with don't say gay and stuff. That stuff's done in Canada. Like, teachers can say whatever they want, manipulate kids, get kids to transition at early ages. And I don't know if you've seen up in Canada, but like parents get shut out and lawyer, you know, I mean, pretty much get what's it called, speech seizures, where they can't even talk out against it,
Say
or they
speech
get
seizures?
put in jail. Well, there was that guy in what was it over there in BC, British Columbia, where his kid was going through transition. He had no idea, while the school, the guidance counselor, and everyone was talking his kid through. He brought it to court, and he wasn't, like, the media actually shut it down. He, from a judge, law ordered not to speak against it at all, and pretty much was taken out of his hands completely while his daughter transitioned to a boy. And this is happening now across the country, where parents are not allowed getting involved, and the school system is taken over, and the government is taken over, and the judges are all on the side where you have no option. You can't, it's not even like they need your permission to start this stuff. Right. Especially if it was that, in that case, it was a separated couple, and the mother, I guess, was on board, but the father should have a say in it somewhere. I don't know.
I agree, 100%.
Anyway, we're in a tough situation up there, but we, keep Canada kind of follows where America goes in a way. So if you keep speaking your truth, I don't know, it helps in some way.
Right on, man. Well, thank you for your call. Definitely appreciate you.
All right. Thanks, man. Have a good day.
All right. Shout out to the caller. And let's go to 765 on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Oh my gosh, this is ABL. Lucas, the Arthur family.
All righty. What's going on?
Look, I don't know. We just love you. Brooke, talk to him. We're huge fans.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate y'all.
Beezus, talk to ABL.
I know. I'm talking to him. What are we talking about right now?
What are we talking about, ABL?
Oh, whatever's on your mind. You tell me.
We've been watching the Amber Heard trial. She's crazy.
Oh, my God.
She's crazy. We listen to your YouTube stuff every day. We love you. My daughter just came in here. She loves you too. Piper, ABL. He's worldwide famous. Tell him you love him.
I love you. Yeah, we are big fans, for real.
Yeah, man. We just don't got nothing to say. We were sitting in the bed watching when we watched Ozark, and we was like, I saw you online. I was like, his number's there. Let's try ABL up. And it was a long shot. Got it through on the first try. We support you. We love you. Everything you stand for. Appreciate you.
We appreciate your 2 cents.
Yeah.
And your deep, detailed analysis.
And your deep, detailed analysis, and when you wrap it all up with a bow on top. But we don't got nothing to talk about.
No, but we have been watching that Amber Heard trial.
We've been watching it. He's not talking about that part. He's probably talking about Supreme Court decisions and stuff like that.
That's a mess, too.
Yeah. All right. ABL, love you, man. Keep it up.
Thank you for the call. Definitely appreciate y'all.
All right, man. Love you. Bye.
Shout out to the callers. You guys, makes my day. Now, I got some pollen or something in my eye, for real. Like, serious up. Like, right at that moment, I got some of that Chattanooga pollen that came straight through my closed window. So, shout out to them. Great callers. Let's go. 571, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, what's going on, ABL?
Hey, not too much, man. What's going on?
Hey, yeah. My name is Sid, and I'm from Northern Virginia. I just kind of, every time I tune in, I always like to shout outs whenever you talk about Northern Virginia or Virginia in general,
Oh, absolutely, man. I know Northern Virginia it's a whole different animal up there.
Oh man, I'm telling you, and I was about to say with with the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp thing going on, I was just wondering, what's your thought on the traffic now? Like now that we got all that stuff going on.
You said all the traffic.
Like, yeah, because like you know how 95 and the corridor is like whenever it's just normally, and then now you add all the hype that's going on with like Amber Heard and like there's like I have a lot of people over in Fairfax telling me to just avoid the area because.
So wait a minute, people are going there.
Like, well, I mean, of course you got the fans that are going there trying to shout out, Johnny Depp and whatnot. But of course, like I actually worked around the corner from there, and I used to actually just drive past where I guess they're dropping off Johnny Depp, and there's not really that much, I guess how do I say? There's not much room for extra traffic there, and just all the craze that's going on, just adding all the extra traffic, man, I just can only imagine the turmoil over there in Fairfax,
That's crazy. That's totally crazy. I didn't even think that was going on. But I mean, I guess I understand, if you get to see Captain Jack Sparrow in real life, I mean, why not? So I understand, but that's pretty crazy that people are actually going there and traffic is increasing because of what's happening with them.
Yeah, absolutely. So that, I mean, I'm just, the whole entire star power, Hollywood, everyone wants to try to see their 2 cents of it, and have their view of it. But yeah, I love the show, and I try to tune in as much as I can, and I'm just really I'm glad that you had me on the show, and I really hope you have a good night and everything. Okay.
Well, thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Absolutely. Take care.
I know.
Bye-bye.
Wow, that's crazy. The traffic is changing because of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. That's wild. 206 on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, yeah, sir.
Yes, indeed.
Can you hear me?
I heard you well.
Awesome. Hey, big fan. And I just wanted to kind of give my thoughts on this last month or so. I know it's been a real success this last month. We've had a really blow after blow. But I'll be honest, man, it's just been hard to stay positive in this, even though we're making the headway, I mean, I guess the real question is, how do we continue on this path forward and without the radicals just burning everything down? I mean, that's the big question right now. And I guess we had summer to find that out. I mean, summer's coming right up. And, I live in Seattle, and I've been, I got back on Facebook trying to make my voice heard and everything. But, I mean, we got to find other alternatives. I was talking to my dad recently about maybe getting involved in the school board and stuff like that, but obviously you have to be voted in. It's not like you just get picked on the school board. So, I mean, obviously it's my fight. It's all of our fight. And how do you feel? How are you feeling about things right now? You feeling kind of positive?
I mean, I feel positive. I definitely feel positive because at the end of the day, it's not hopeless. It's because they are out there doing whatever they're doing. We have the ability to fight back. We have the ability to do things on our end that can, overshadow what they're doing. And ultimately, I think people in the country are starting to get tired of all that kind of stuff. That's why they voted the way they voted in Virginia and the 2021 governor race. So I think we're going to see that carry over to this time, 2022. That's going to make a big impact on how we live our everyday lives in a lot of our cities, states, towns, etc.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we have been really killing it lately. I mean, and it's these people around us are just losing it. I mean, like going crazy, and it's hard for me not to be really against these people in a negative way. I mean, like for me, I mean, I can't stand these people, but we kind of have to not, hate one another. that's kind of a goal. But, you know, I listen to people like Soppy, and he's kind of like, it's all out war. You know, we have to, he basically says, give him the middle finger. And, you know, I talked to my dad about it, and he says that we got to win them with love and reason. And, you know, obviously there's some truth to that, but, of course, we have to go through legislation, too. And there are a few hardballers out there. I think that I think Jim Jordan's really good, and I really like what I see from people like even Abbott and obviously Ron DeSantis. But we don't really want to lose Ron DeSantis in Florida, so for him to become president material, I mean, obviously he is, but you know, young people need to step up, of course, people like you. And you're making waves, but the thing is that the people online like Salty and you and Hive Mind and Turley, you know, I don't think that you guys are maybe necessarily getting involved on the floor and the House and the Senate. So I don't know. It's a strange world. It's a strange world we're living in right now. Very strange. And it's like I said, it's kind of hard not to lose my sanity a little bit. But it seems like you keep a pretty sober mind.
Yeah.
And you are sober, so.
That's right.
That's a big thing. I probably should lay off the booze a little bit, but that's another story. But I just want to call and just kind of see what you think is next. What do you think is next? Because we have been, like I said, making huge waves. It's first, you know, we have the Disney bill, then we have the mask mandate, then we have Twitter, which I think is probably good, and now we have the Roe versus Wade, and you just see the level of just like insanity just keep on rising and rising. But how can we break through to the next side? You know, what is the next step?
I mean, it's a great question, man. But thank you for your call. Definitely appreciate you.
All right, cool, man. Have a good day.
All right, let's go to some more. Let's go to 773 on the line. I'm speaking to.
ABL, how you doing? It's your retired Chicago police officer friend.
All righty, man. What's going on?
Yeah. First of all, I love the Dave Chappelle thing, and Chris Rock saying what he said, and but you know they're going to be sued, and hopefully you know it's got enough publicity that won't go anywhere. You could sue anybody, but they'll be sued for tuning that guy up. But that's what happens when you know you're on the Oscars and you're slapping people. Now the general public thinks, well, you know, I don't like what he's saying on there, and I'm going to jump up and I'm going to tackle him or do whatever I want. And I watched your video on it. You know, it has happened before, but not as often. It is not in that kind of setting. So, you know, I've been sued many, many times, and so has other officers. People fight you on the street. They don't want to go to jail. Criminals don't want to go to jail. And, you know, the police get sued all the time, and when you have liberal politicians like in Chicago, they pay people off. They just without a fight and without going to court, they give people all kinds of money, even though they were completely in the wrong. Go ahead. Were you going to say something?
Nah, I was listening to you.
And then I wanted to say about, I'm not confident that the Republicans that we're going to win. I'm really not. And the reason I'm not confident is because I really think that the flood of illegal immigrants that have come into this country are somehow going to get the vote. They're going to be able to vote one way or another. I mean, you know, if you watch some of these politicians saying, you know, oh, you know, we have to let people vote and make it easy for them to vote. Wait a minute. You can't go get a beer without showing an ID. You can't get in a club without showing an ID. But you could vote without showing an ID because you say it's too hard for people to go get an ID. I think they themselves gave the numbers. 90% of people have IDs, but what about that other 10% that's important? And I feel that in some way they're going to be able to vote, and it's going to turn the vote around to Democratic. I hope that doesn't happen, but I have a feeling that that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to cheat again, and they're going to use that way to cheat. I'd like to get your opinion on that.
Well, there's going to be a lot of different ways they try to go about it. That could be one of them.
Yeah. Hopefully, I think Trump is the only one that can win. But, the name Trump itself just triggers so many people that they end up, voting anybody in. Look who they voted in, Biden. Biden was a terrible politician, let alone a terrible president. Look where our country's at now. The gas prices, foreign politics and all that, foreign diplomacy. It's ridiculous. When people see weakness, they take advantage and move right in. That's what happens. So great show, ABL. Hope to hear some of your opinions on that, and keep up the good work.
Thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
You're welcome.
All right. Great call. Great call. Okay. Let's try 405 on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, ABL, this is Travis.
All righty. What's going on?
Not much. I wanted to talk to you about abortion, and I'm split on the subject. I think it's morally, ethically, utilitarianly, always negative for society, but I think it's government overreach to regulate whether or not a woman can do it. And I think the only grounds like the government has to limit it is to say that the baby is in fact a person and it's murder on the baby. Do you think that's the only grounds the government has to stand on?
Well, that's what it is. So, I mean, that'd be what I would stand on, is that you're killing the person and murder is illegal.
Yes, exactly. And I agree, but I feel like that's the only legal grounds the government has, of course. Like, so when people bring up it's ethically wrong or something like that, that's irrelevant.
Yeah.
And it's better to just stick to just maintain that it's a baby is a person, and if it's murder, to terminate the pregnancy, right?
Yeah, that'd be what it is. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, and then I wanted to ask you about the Dave Chappelle getting tackled deal. Do you think it's coincidence purely that happened and the Will Smith, Chris Rock thing happened, and Chris Rock happened to be at the Dave Chappelle thing?
I think it's a coincidence that Chris Rock was there. I don't think it's a coincidence that the guy did that, because the guy did that because of what Will Smith did. But I don't think it's any kind of elaborate scheme or setup. I don't think so.
Yeah, I just found it interesting that it's kind of a similar situation. But all right, that's all I want to talk about. Thank you, brother.
Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. All right. And that will be a wrap. Thank you to all you guys for calling in. You guys have been the best audience anywhere on the internet. I couldn't do it without you. I'm here live again on Saturday. Of course, I'm here every Wednesday and Saturday live from 8 p.m. until about 11 p.m. Usually, that's kind of how I do. If there's a stream tomorrow on Brandon Tatum's channel, I'll be there. If it's not, then I'll see you when I see you on that channel. But I'm always over there whenever he streams. So thank y'all again for joining. Shout out to all the moderators, keeping all the trolls in chat. The trolls in check, not in chat. The trolls in check. Shout out to Anthony right there for booting out that troll right there. Thank you. And I got super chats on deck, and then I'm gonna go ahead and roll on out of here. So shout out to hold on, Raymond, who says Obama is controlling this more than Biden. It's like I said, Biden. And thank you to Lancelot for being the member who says, shout out from Barbados, ABL. Thank you for that. Appreciate you. Thank you to Alyssa for it was like a drinking the tea emoji. Thank you for that. Thank you to James Morris for your donation. And thank you to Frank Dest who says, Joy Behar, the Wicked Witch of The View, has never been mistaken for an intelligent human. You're right about that, boss. You are correct. So thank y'all again for being here. Couldn't do it without you. Again, I'll be back live on Saturday. I'm here every Wednesday and Saturday live from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern. And I'm here all the time with pre-recorded videos, Monday through Saturday, usually off on Sunday. If you have any tips, advice, or whatever, my email's on my website. It's contact@anthonyblogan.com, but the website is anthonyblogan.com. That is ANTHONY, the letter B, LOGAN.com. But until next time, y'all be safe. I'm out. And peace.